over towards C, over towards Mound. At the moment, Texture just kind of peeking out. Catches sight of a couple different players there, but for now, Gen.G still not rotating for reinforcements. Still have 3 players over on this A side of the map. Orb going to be taken. LITE just wanting to get that showstopper online as quickly as possible. But now that the stars start getting plays, Gen.G realize that this is where the site hit is going to come through. Lockyer going to be taken down. The headshot from Berlin, able to find that opening kill. And for now, Texture trying to play it patiently. Manages to find one, get some damage there onto Ayung, but Ayung able to come out on top. Finds that kill. Main advantage now here for the side of FPX as Wingman gets the plant.
That hit is so smothering from FPX. There's stars, there's Omen flashes, it's everything in the kitchen sink, and it's too much to handle for Lockyer. He gets pinned in the corner.
Still though, HP bars here for the side of FPX. Certainly could be better, but already that's a great shot to find. LITE taking down one, Count now gonna be blinded up as Dizzy comes across, and now LITE catching a glimpse, seeing Meteor and finishing it off. A 3K here for FPX's Raze as the crowd gets electrified. FPX will claim the pistol.
And I love this from FPX. I mean, these set executes that they can really keep hidden until the last moment are so challenging for the defenders on this map to deal with. Great shot here from LIFE, getting just ahead of that paranoia. And Karan trying to do something about it. Only able to find one before he gets hit by the Dizzy. And then there's some players behind it as well. Especially with that Gecko there, you've got a lot of extra util to back up. Off these executes, off of these smokes. You can they're so creative with how they work the map. They're a really challenging team to deal with. Stuff on the fly.
Caesar bhai, kaise, Param bhai, hi.
He's gonna take a very forward position here. Gets a tap there on the LITE, but now he's seeing multiple players and there's just no way out. Taken down as Ayung finds a nice headshot once more. Munchkin gets backed away. Looking himself into the corner for the moment. Now the smoke's coming through. Nebula as well.
Rom Tanish. Kaise? Hi Bharat.
Rotation from the side of Gen.G.
भाई member only stream कर रखी है क्या मैंने?
One side of the map
Huh?
bigger than the other. So
क्या ले toxic mode here?
On this third, but now
Chatko.
push again. The rotation here from FPX.
No room for toxicity here. Thanks.
They're not going to be met with any resistance.
Just leaving a
Guys, क्या लग रहा है?
Berlin going to be watching from
भाई
spawn.
पहला ही match Lotus भाई. Gen.G
Gen.G
बहुत मारेगी.
just a bit ahead of this. No contact on C, and with the
But
time
हार
ticking
रही है
down,
1-0.
they decide, well, they're probably going A. Let's make a go for it. See if we can do some damage.
Yeah, because of the slow little approach here from FPX, Gen.G do get into position, so we'll see if they're going to be able to deal any kind of damage here, but it's a very hefty investment from FPX as far as the arsenal is concerned.
They can
They've
still
got a lot
cut
of
B.
firepower.
Hi Plasha.
Cut B, and I think they will. I think this is the right play
Hello
here.
Anil, क्या हाल है मेरी जान? Hi Gaurav, hi Sahil.
Less attention than maybe you would have liked.
कैसे हो?
Gotta expect that this space is
Nothing.
open, especially with Berlin's position.
हो जाएगा मुझे ना ना ना.
People will find one, but Texture fires back. Like, so we're going to be taken down.
भैया
Like
भैया.
29 HP, but he's the only one now on this side, and he's going to look to try to cause chaos. But Autumn is just swinging out. No one is paying attention to him. Texture going to be taken down. Cleared on the Dizzy, but it doesn't matter. Autumn collecting two as Munchkin falls. Karan now, last one standing. Would love to do a little bit more damage. Knows that life is going to be low on HP. Better opportunity. Grabs it, but can he find the kills?
मारेगा भी. Raze को तो मारेगा.
He checks it for but a moment, but now LITE doesn't even use the outlaw. Puts him down with the sheriff. And that's going to be a 2-0 start for FPX.
Yeah, and this is the FPX that was
Hi
really
Samir
difficult
bhai,
for Foot to deal with,
कैसे?
not just on this map, also on Icebox, where they're really adaptive about moving around the map, cutting off space, like Mimi was talking about at the desk, where they're going to kind of obscure a lot of the open areas in the front of the sites.
अबे?
And then work around
दिन
that. They're going to
FPX
move around the
ने
map,
नहीं.
try to figure out what's going on.
Guys,
And it's really hard as a
तीन
defender,
controller तो वो
especially
खेल
an
रहा था ना
aggressive
उस
defender
दिन.
team sometimes
FPX
like
के
Gen.G,
against.
to make those moves where you want to get lurks, you want to get pushes,
क्या
because
team
you have no
थी?
idea what's going on the other
FPX
side of
क्या
these
हुआ था
smokes.
last
They
time?
have so many smokes, they can cover all 3 sites. And you can even see the toxic screen has been set up onto B every time. Things like this make it so challenging.
कौन सी टीम थी guys?
This is
Chinese
where we
team.
started seeing the turning point
FPX ही खेल रहा था पक्का?
on this map just yesterday.
Oh.
Gen.G putting up a very
वहाँ
solid
पे
performance on the
FPX खेल रहा
defender's
था.
side.
हाँ
See
FPX
though
ही
if
खेल रहा
FPX are going to be able to
था. Right,
convert
right,
this.
right.
Obviously with Ayung only carrying forward a ghost into that previous round. Cash-wise, they're doing just fine, and they still have plenty of firepower.
2 members, 3
Oh,
members of
FPX.
Gen.G on 25 armor, so that outlaw could still prove very deadly.
This is just great baiting here from the side of Live. Tap on that spike, draws out that paranoia, pulls back, and Munchkin goes down. Swing into that outlaw.
Just saying FPX के लिए वो है do and die match.
Gen.G,
Last map तो हार गई थी.
but they have to be cognizant of this. There you go. Ult going to be coming through. Dizzy up over the top, seeking target. Meteor able to find him with that nano swarm. The Texture maybe taken out upstairs, pushes out, ends up falling. Lockyer able to find Berlin, and that's going to be the clear out as the fade gets taken down. A 2v3.
Meteor, what is this?
On the site, unscouted. Finds the headshot onto one. Looks for a little bit more, but for now, brings things to parity. The 2v2 to creep across. Meteor works his way through the orb into the Omen smoke. Just dodging out, waiting for that decay to wear off. It is snappy as all hell with that headshot. Takes him down, now Autumn. 3 of his own, but low on HP. Down to 5. Just the tap on the spike. Meteor has to get this going here sooner rather than later. Autumn playing this so very patiently, now swinging around from behind. 501 notes him, still stays alive, and he's just looking to try to bait this one out. Try to take him down. Meteor will find the kill, get himself a 4K, but he cannot.
Meteor, hello.
FPX will move up 3-0, and Meteor cannot survive. All weapons lost as FPX surge onward.
This is brilliant from Autumn. Ice cold
FPX Chinese
to
team
just
हाँ
stand on the back of the site after Meteor taps it. 5 HP. Gets that snake bite down right in time at the foot of Texture. Able to clean out Lakia from ropes. Gets Karen on the drop. And then just absolutely brilliant patience. And this is an FPX team coming in swinging on this attacker's side. Gonna be banking up a ton of money.
क्या हुआ?
Outlaw. Ooh.
Well, life similarly taking down to 5 HP, but he finds the headshot, he finds Texture. That's one piece of the thrifty puzzle taken away from Gen.G. Well, massive push getting ready to come through here. Munchkin bounce back on the Dizzy, finds a blind. He gets mowed down.
Nice
Meteor similarly dead. Berlin's hands. Now just Charon and Lakia to see if they can try to do any damage. Take away any of these weapons. Right now, it is not looking hopeful whatsoever.
Home buff.
Don't even get a chance at the thrifty here for Gen.G. They're just shut right down off the rip. And this death ball-y style. FPX loves to run 1-4s on their attacker side. Leave either Berlin or
Shiva,
Autumn.
what was this?
Kind of as that flanker to cover one of the edges.
Your dedication and skill have carried you to the high level of this high level of play. I believe that you will continue hard work and determination and rage. Shiva, I love that you believe in me, but there is always a but in everything, you know. I guess it's too late. भाई नाम मान रहे भाई FPX जीत के रहेंगे ये Gen.G को हरा रहे हैं उनके फेवरेट मैप में. Let's go baby. नमस्कार मिली, how are you? भाई प्रथम कैसे? टाइम आउट लेगा Gen.G, लेना पड़ेगा भाई, लेना पड़ेगा.
By the spike itself, but 4-0, such a significant start here for FPX. And who knows how far down the hole we can go with this. There's already the streak built up. Ult's still lacking on the side of Gen.G. Not too far away from the showstopper, but there's
अगर ये मैच अगर ये best of 3 Gen.G हारी तो they still have a chance, but अगर FPX हारी they are out. हाँ? तो अभी heavy practice करके आए हैं भाई मुझे लग रहा है. Oh भाई hello.
Takes him down, and this aggression, it's red, it's expected, and it is dealt with. The instant shutdown from FPX, not tolerating any of this nonsense from Gen.G.
Unbelievable. They're just so aware. Berlin.
Absolutely.
Just reading it off the rip, saying, okay guys.
They're gonna rush us.
Yep, wait it out. This is like how sometimes Gen.G likes to turn these rounds on their heads.
Like KJ had to push B, but उसने A पे सारा अपना सामान लगा रखा था.
A little bit unorthodox. And FPX, great job, great preparation by Coach Nathan as well. Get this team ready, and not much for Karan to do except chill and pray that he can hold on to this gun because
FPX क्लास में जीता था. FPX तो हारा था बे. FPX ने कल हराया T1 को.
Drifted away off
FPX जीता था T1 के against.
It's like for now.
That's मैंने.
Who's the closest to try to find this final kill, but they're not really rushing for it, so it seems like Karan will be able to hold on to this weapon.
FPX
carry that over into the next, but what a
start.
start.
जीता था. Sorry.
Continues to look better and better with every
मैं
passing
वही सोचूं
round.
बैक जब FPX हारा था तो वो Gen.G के
No
against
stability in the
FPX
economy
जीता
here
था.
for Gen.G. That's going to be a timeout.
Sorry. Foot के against जीता था. हाँ याद आया.
Where they just started stringing rounds together against Foot. They're snappy shooting, they're good decision making, they're good understanding of their opponents. All of these things come into play here.
Come on.
They want it broad.
Bro, what the fuck?
Wingman chilling out with some of our fans. But man, they're
PRX
snappy
fan.
right now. They're making good decisions, and Gen.G
T1
just having a tough
T1
time being able to spread the map like they
foot
normally
हाँ.
want to.
Sorry.
They're making some okay reads at
अरे
times.
एक लिखा ना एक चोदू
but
लिखा.
overall, they're
शुभम
just
भाई,
not quite
हाँ?
at the same pace,
गलत
the same
लिख रहे
level
हो.
as FPX is, frankly.
Quite a bit of pressure now here on the coaching staff. So
Watch party करते time gaming chair पे बैठना allowed नहीं sofa ला.
What's going wrong? But right now it seems like there's might be too much to fix.
ओ यार actually मैं
Slow
अब भी उठा हूँ ना तो मैंने
A lot of these
breakfast नहीं
rounds,
करा तो मैं
frankly, looking
सोचा
very
कि थोड़ा
one-sided.
breakfast करके sofa पे जाऊँ. समझ रहे हो?
Well, you're giving a lot of opening opportunities to FPX, you know, especially when that outlaw was in play. You're losing that first player early for Gen.G. Yeah, you were able to overcome that against Leviathan
I'm sorry, Babu.
quite often, especially on Breeze. But here today, very different affair.
And it's in play once again. Life knowing that the economy not good enough for them to all have full armor. In fact, it's everybody with half.
सीनेट को तोड़ा था हाँ याद आया.
Find an immense amount of value as it has. He's 8-2-0 already. Just
ये lose
about
हो
at the
गया ना
halfway
मेरा stand.
point towards that second showstopper.
Fans firmly behind FPX. They've got them fired up. Here's that smoke up front. Gen.G's going to disrespect it. Try to push forward, make sure that they can get Locky this orb. One away from that Nightfall now. And for now, FPX content to just hold back, make sure there's not going to be any more aggression. And Berlin going to slip himself right towards mid B. Ion just checking the boxes, making sure that no one had snuck behind.
भाई heavy read करके आई है
Right now,
FPX
looking
Gen.G
like
को.
FPX is
उनके favorite
considering
map पे.
kind of a C hit, but they're peeling off, and with how far forward
Why does Gen.G choke?
Gen.G has gotten, is
Tend
anyone
to
gonna
choke
see
the
or hear
first
that
map?
Prowler is my question.
Yeah, ping comes
I think,
down.
yeah, I think they heard it.
Yeah, so Prowler is noted. Lakia shifts back over, maybe expecting some of this pressure to come in here onto the B side. Nebula going to be coming up as they look for the push, or at least they clear out there on that alarm bot. They're able to find it, but they just go ahead, they fade away. Now they hit onto the door, the Thrash in hand. Ion looks to open things up here on C. Nanoswarm's going through, trying to really just get that one in there, but Munchkin up over the top here on site, just spray through, manages to find a kill on the life. They still need a lot more than that.
Bruh.
Back down, Ben managing to find one. Looks for that.
Bruh, Gen.G coming back, baby.
However, is counting Meteor, both fall. Lock-in puts the O to the use, finds that kill, and now it is all on.
Bruh.
Taken down. 3 members standing, fairly clean here as Gen.G will get themselves their first round win on Lotus.
Yeah, I like what Gen.G comes out with after the timeout. They're saying, okay, FPX is actually playing a bit slow, so we can control Rebel. We can take that space and make sure that we make the rotations back over to B and C easier. I mean, that's pretty disgusting, Munchen. You're pretty good at this game. You're pretty good.
I thought he just sprayed through the smoke. I didn't realize
BLT
he
जैसा
actually
है.
on the entry.
Yeah.
उनका mindset पहले हो गए थे फिर वही
that
हो
one.
He's got tremendous mechanics. We've known
Excuse
that
me?
for quite some time. Now the operator,
First win
the
भगवान के लिए
operator
होता है.
for life, trying to really lean into this sniper advantage. He's going to try to contest this rubble.
भाई सुबह
space that
जल्दी
Gen.G
उठने के लिए
took
टिप्स
last
तो
round.
जरा
Oh,
मैं खुद ना उठा.
But they still continue to push
God,
forward.
baby.
Showstopper out. It'll take him down so very low, but
By
that has proven
heavy.
fruitless in the past. We've seen Life Autumn play
Heavy
around 5
satchels
HP
play.
and still being able to get impact here in the rounds. Now it's just going to be the double face, the up.
Woo!
Yeah, texture gone, and just like that, FPX are right back into the driver's seat, not wanting any momentum build here for Gen.G.
It's a good counter blow here from FPX. They said, okay, we gave up that rebel space. This time, we're going to pretend like we're giving it up, and then we're going to recontest it after we get forced out by that showstopper. So smart, catches Gen.G where they're out in the open and have to make some open space shots land, and they just cannot because
भाई
FPX
सी
is
जाओ
too
ना
clean
कोई
right
भी
now.
नहीं है सी में.
Stars start coming through. Munchkin gonna have to go absolutely crazy, but he can't even get the first. Berlin
ठीक है बीबी
just rushes in and takes him down. As FPX look for a
Bye,
flawless
FPX
and
ना
look for a
मोन रही
6th
भाई.
round win here on this
हरा
attack.
के रहेगी
Meteor
Gen.G
now,
को लग रहा
nothing
है.
else to be done other than to attempt to tuck away. Makes
Let's go, baby.
any noise though. They're near.
What's up, eclairs?
Got the alarm bot set up behind.
देख रहा हूँ भाई WhatsApp.
Can he survive this onslaught?
I mean,
तू
it's a
जान
Pyrrhic
जान तू
victory either
कह के
way.
जान पुड़ा दिन्नी.
Tap on the door. The Sharks circling here in the water. Meteor trying to stay afloat, finds one. The tuck back, Ion keeping himself safe for now. But there's the encroachment coming through as Autumn will swing around the back, takes him down. Nothing saved, nothing carried over. FPX get themselves up to 6.
Yeah, they're just so aware. Every time Gen.G tries to do something a little bit spicy, a little bit aggressive, it's shut right down. And Life saw that first elbow and was so ready for Karon to swing.
And clearly, Texture didn't know what weapon was in that hand because they continue swinging through. Didn't see that it was the operator. Karon, Zatter, he doesn't get the call.
Well, now finally, Gen.G is going to be able to get an operator of their own into Texture's hands. This has got to be kind of a do or die round here for Gen.G. So many ults available. Oh my God!
Chalega.
Life takes out Lakia.
Has
to bail out. Thinks it's back over onto the side proper. Now tucked into tree. Munchkin hoping, praying that they start inching in towards B. Wants to be able to put that judge to use. Texture similarly with the operator out at C. In a very forward position. Meteor considering the peak. Life on the line, ready for it.
Bye.
Texture in the meantime is able to find one, makes a quick exit back over into C.
Bro.
Yeah, pinged out that smoke call for Karon, so Meteor could push forward, set up this turret. Back off, you still have to consider that showstopper. Here it goes.
TP in the tree, checks things out. Showstopper at the ready. Karon just tucked away. See where he just ends up gambling.
Gaya.
Connects Karon. Low. Meteor taken down by the rocket. They still don't know necessarily about Karon's position. Starts opening up though. He's able to find one. Swing in. He's not going to be good for a second. Texture and Munchkin now, last two alive. Hit invested Autumn. Not wanting Gen.G to find that second round, and Munchkin not finding Lysor. He's tucked away. He's seen the head of Texture, but he just can't quite get line of sight. And given that he has the open play, Texture.
By Karon ke 2 kill the wahan pe.
Maybe at least just going to be looking for an exit. He will be rewarded with one. So Autumn taken down. But time still dwindles. It's just not enough. The likelihood of being able to isolate both is just not there, so he has to back away. FPX, they're going to get themselves up to 7.
Yeah, it's just.
Bhai, is baar Japan Ascension block hoga.
Towards the A site. This time around at the beginning of the round as well. Life pushes out around the rock. He hasn't done that before.
आपने मेरे परमिशन के बिना मेरा कमेंट अपनी वीडियो में छाप दिया.
What makes them so difficult for these teams to play against.
विशाल ही
था,
guys.
The same look twice. Every single time.
द्रोही मिल गया हमें. विशाल.
This ult cycle for Gen.G is horrendous because they keep eating into these
मिल गया guys द्रोही हमें.
into these Viper's pits and they're not getting opportunities to use them.
Tweet comment वाला विशाल द्रोही. विशाल दोषी is the द्रोही. याद है तुम्हें?
Oh yeah, give him the Lakia. There you go.
मैंने क्या किया? अरे विशाल तू नहीं रे, वो दूसरा विशाल.
Haven't seen a Sova on Lotus in a while. Texture now pushing forward and Autumn just.
पार्ट तो ना पढ़ रहा चैट. पढ़ तो रहा हूँ अतुल भाई. क्या सीन है?
Okay, quite a bit of damage going out. Lakia will be able to clean up that kill. One found and potentially weapon recoverable as that Prowler doesn't scout anybody. So for now, he's going to juggle back the operator at the very least, but would love, I'm sure, Lakia to get that other rifle in his hands, but looks like he will just hold on to the op for now.
Yeah, just grabbing the orb, looking to see if there's going to be a crunch as they try to get ready for the C hit, if that is going to be the direction they want to go. You got to be a little bit cautious, though, going back to A. You know that that operator got picked up, and that's going to be a big power weapon, so definitely want to lean into this side of the map.
I guess we're just poking and prodding, looking to take away some of this util. So Alarm Bot does get picked off. Smoke now, forced out. And his life just cleans up that turret.
You are divided.
Cosmic Divide though, getting ready to come through onto B. Munchkin setting out the snake bite now, investing the pit, wanting to make sure that this is an unassailable position.
ओ भाई चाहिए थी भाई.
For now, it looks like it has worked. The treat has ushered them over.
लेकिन तो वो जाई न रे भी.
Throws out that paranoia. He's able to find one. Gets the second.
Hello.
On the TP, the wingman's still going to be going for the plant. That's just enough line of sight to take that down. That should be the round done and dusted. The lockdown forces him away. The time will just dwindle. Young and Berlin will be able to hold on.
भाई कितना गुस्सा आता है ना. कितना गुस्सा आता है ना. एक स्पेक्ट्रे राउंड जिता देती है. जो हमारी स्पेक्ट्रे नौ चलती है. स्पेक्ट्रे नहीं स्टिंगर. सॉरी. किशोर भाई. Thank you for the 40 buddy.
With only a couple rounds left to be played, the likelihood of him finding another one in this half is slim to none.
Yeah, absolutely. The Massacre Thrifty here for Gen.G, and this is great utilization of the ults. Finally find the right opportunity. The Nightfall perfectly timed by Lakia.
वो उसकी चाल
Great read here by
रही
Munchkin that if
ताकि
you
तुम
put that
गलत
pit down,
कदम
they're
उठाओ
likely
और
going to be forced on to C. Akio already on his horse to get over there. Get that nightfall in, keep Karon's position obscured. Life again getting aggressive.
Oh, the swing out this time is going to be Texture able to get the better of him. Trying to play off the tracers, but in fact he just ends up right in the crosshair. Autumn just tapping away, finds one. Autumn says, no,
Bro.
son, I'm better than you with the up. Scoops it up and puts them down. And again, it is an early advantage here for FPX.
I mean,
now Munchkin going to be trying his hand at this.
Right there. There's any team that knows how to shoot through smokes, it's FPX. They are so well drilled at these angles. Texture thought he had the opportunity. Autumn just so good so far this tournament for FPX. Absolute standout. Parents in the audience today.
Love you bro, love you yash. मैं दिल से sorry बाबू मेरे कमेंट का लफड़ा हो गया. क्या है लफड़ा कुछ नहीं हुआ. सब chill है.
Oh, sees it but he fires a little bit too soon. There's a bit of a warning shot there. Berlin does take a little bit of damage from Meteor. Continues to try to push the advantage here.
फ्रस्ट्रेट होके खेल रही है हाँ ना. पहला मैप होता है ऐसा. ये नहीं करना था बर्लिन भाई, ये नहीं करना था. ये नहीं करना था बर्लिन भाई.
Now it's just Munchkin able to stave off the push there from Ayung. There's so much more work to be done.
लेविएटान गवाह है कि जेनजी ने कमबैक किया है 1-0 के बाद. गए रे आप. गए.
Continuously depleted.
Back to China.
They can't really find the opportunities to get a stable economy at all in this half. Going to be challenging and losing to Autumn. 3 in the round for him.
Just always in the right position. Gets these punishes time and time again. FPX now up to 8 on their attacking half. The most that Gen.G could hope for is 4. Unless they can pull off another thrifty. Even that might be a far cry
लड़की
hope.
कैसे मिलेगी शादी के लिए टिप्स तो जरा. तू पहले लड़की का नाम रख रखा है तूने मिली.
Not like that.
तू पहले नाम चेंज कर.
नाम
चेंज कर. नाम के हिसाब से मैं बताऊंगा फिर तेरे को. असली नाम रख. They are already in China. अबे हाँ ना यार.
Well, forget it. The Outlaws out there.
Oh my God!
Gen.G वाले तो बोल भी नहीं सकते. Go back home.
Continues. And Life just feeds off it. Gets himself a second. Lakia on the floor.
चाइना में ही है वो सब. हाँ मेरे को याद नहीं रहा.
Scrambling, rotating, trying to get themselves over to the A site, but FPX, they have already evacuated. They have already started their shift. As he'll just chuck
I like to watch Jod Gang and Anna video, too much fun. Anna OP bro.
Over to Gen.G, should they even wander into the attacker spawn.
Kishore bhai, Anna OP.
Nano Swarm cleared out, and that should be the tell-all here for Gen.G. Life says, you know what? Got this round, I got the rest of this one, I've got the next one. I think I can get another showstopper in this half.
He absolutely can. There's still 3 players at Gen.G alive, and 2 are
क्लास
coming
पास
in
भी
his
ऐसा
direction.
बजाता फिर दोनों मैप बैठ दिया.
It's got a real
आसपास
chance.
नहीं बजाता
And certainly
परम भाई.
Gen.G doesn't want to give up any more than they have to, but
कॉम
Still a
बजाता.
world away.
2 बार
Sprinting,
नाइफ
trying
करने
to
के
get
लिए गया
over
था
here.
कॉम. Like why the fuck he would do that
See if he's
when
gonna be
he
able
had
join
to.
in before the rest of his
I
teammates
like
end up
to
falling.
watch Jod Gang
Out of the
and
corner,
love
snappy with it, Life.
Jod baby.
Gets himself a
FPX ले
third
गई.
elimination. Now Munchkin just going to be cutting in towards B,
Like for
trying to get
real.
himself into range of the spikes.
अगर ये
so that he
9-3
can go
हुआ तो
down.
कमबैक के चांसेस है. 10-2 हुआ तो GG है. Trust me.
they're waiting for him. Right outside this door.
Yeah, not going to be much of a surprise here. As it gets opened up, he's going to look for a kill, and he will not find it. Flawless as FPX move up 9-2.
It's just absolute brilliance.
I'm not
This
Valo fan,
outlaw,
but old
so
days
much
are very
value that
good
FPX
with
is
Jod
getting out
Gang.
of it.
Well.
Time and time again.
You know, time shows us
and
a
right
lot of
before
things.
the toxic screen goes up, Life is already out
So
there.
old days are in the past.
Gen.G players getting caught. Right
Maybe
out in
new
front of
days
stairs,
will
time
come
and time
with
again.
something new,
I haven't
bro.
been able to do much about it.
But yeah,
They
So
are
what indeed?
all feeling it now.
3 all they need actually, bro.
3 rounds, all that Gen.G could hope for. The Season 8 combo, expected. Auto just holds back, spray away, trying to get some connections there, but Texture does manage to grab the orb, has a showstopper online now.
And this is all also to prevent Life from getting his showstopper off the rift. They pushed out towards Mound as well. Over
चैट में सबसे पुराना कौन है? आप साल में एक बार ही आके मत पूछो ये.
Of course,
चैट में सबसे पुराना कौन है? गाली दो guys फेरो को.
Out of this player's hands, considering how he's been playing already.
Oh, Makia.
भाई love you यार एक डेरी में तक हो जाए. कर लेंगे उसमें क्या.
But again, we've seen this guy shrug it off.
They're just so methodical, just taking their time. They're so disciplined, baiting out utility, clearing it. They're just gonna go for this A hit. It looks like Autumn's gonna lead the way.
Webber भाई तमीज़ से यार. थोड़ा टॉक्सिक नहीं होने का, टॉक्सिक नहीं, रेसिस्ट नहीं होने का. बाकी जो होना है वो.
Over the top,
भाई यहाँ पे
just trying to find something. There you go. Ion just pushes up.
गया भी
taken down. Showstopper not going to be meaning a damn thing. And Lakia tries to hold the line. Last pack coming through.
माँ की आग करी भाई इन्होंने. भाई FPX, what a play, man.
Now coming through. Karen moves down to drop, and Life, he's just going to look to maybe barrel stuff him in. He will. Showstopper.
भाई माँ की आग करी है भाई इन्होंने.
Meteor can do absolutely nothing to bail them out.
Unreal.
Showstopper burn. He has to tuck back, avoid the boom bot. But even then, even if he can hit 1, 2
यार knife
kills,
नहीं करना,
there's still
please.
a flash on the other side waiting for him. The jiggle peek, getting the spots. He looks for the kill. He still can't find it. The dredge coming in. Gets the
Shit!
Knife!
नहीं.
Knife delivered right into his face to close out the half.
नहीं करना यार. कल कॉम ने करा यार. ये कॉम ने करा था. ये हार गए थे वो लेवियतान. इतना मत उछलो. गए तुम गए.
Autumn 12 and 4.
ये नहीं करना था guys यार.
They are firing, and they are rarely missing, and they are reading their opponents so brilliantly. Gen.G looks lost.
बर्लिन कितना अच्छा है बे. उसने बोला मैं नहीं करूँगा. I won't be the toxic guy. पीछे हो गया वो.
It is just so fun to watch this team.
It was a soft start from them yesterday.
In my defense, everyone sponsor Pharaoh bhai.
This is completely different.
Gautam bhai पता है Gautam bhai.
By for an interview with a very special guest.
It's a fantastic start for FPX, but things could just get better because we have
आज तक घमंड नहीं दिखाया उन्होंने आपकी तरफ.
champion here in the building. I'm so honored to be here with Youngti and Valora to do some translation as well. Is
But
it
love you यार
to
Pharaoh कोई दिक्कत नहीं.
introduce yourself and say hi to the crowd?
इनको सिर्फ प्रोसेस ही दिख रहा होगा. Excuse me.
真的非常非常好，而且今天在现场我们迎来了一位非常重要的嘉宾，也是我们奥运会的双金持有者杨倩。然后首先能不能让杨倩先跟大家自我介绍一下，打个招呼呢？
Yang Yang. मेरे को प्यार से Chinese language में Yang Yang बोलते हैं guys.
我觉得超级开心跟激动。Hi everyone, I'm Yang Qian. I'm very happy to be in this arena to
उसको भी
watch
नाम
this
Yang
game.
है.
Now, in your discipline of air rifling, you're a sharp shooter. You've won 2 gold medals, and we have some sharp shooters on stage as well. So, what's it like for you here to watch them kind of do what you do as well?
因为杨倩自己本身是一个射击运动员嘛，今天我们在场上同样也有非常出色的狙击手，所以想问一下，当你看到这些和你比较有相似经历的这些狙击手在台上表演的时候，是什么样的感觉？
我觉得首先看到
तुषार तमीज से यार.
非常出色的表现，自己也会非常的激动，感觉比我自己参加比赛还要紧张跟兴奋，就是一坐下来之后就感觉整个人都燃起来了。
I think I'm very excited to see their playing on this stage.
क्या बोल रही है?
To be honest, maybe more excited than I was on the stage to do shooting. So I'm very happy. I'm very excited to be here to watch their game.
And lastly, very quickly before we pass it back, of course, everyone here is FPX fans. So can we get a 加油 FPX?
因为其实今天在场馆里的大多数人都是 FunPlus 的粉丝嘛，那能不能也给 FunPlus 加个油呢？加油 FunPlus!
All right, let's go FPX!
加油 FunPlus!
I'm also happy. काहे के लिए भाई?
Let's go indeed right now. These guys are looking to go into the playoffs, looking to go maybe even to a grand final, given the form that we are seeing, given the way that they've been able to
समझ नहीं आया, but
completely
सुन के अच्छा
disarm
लगा.
Gen.G.
And this is a
बोल
team
रही है
that
फाटू
beat
लोडू.
EDG a couple times so far this year already.
Yeah.
They
Rahul?
are a very, very strong roster is FPX. Yeah, they were
Level
able to best
सबके
them in the
निकलेंगे
finals
baby.
for stage 1 of VCT CN. Gen.G just gonna death ball it, see if they can get this B hit to go.
Made out, here comes the entry. Autumn swinging through, but has missed
Autumn
out.
भैया.
Doesn't manage to take it down, but Life comes up with 2. Lock-in Meteor down on the floor. That Sheriff continuing to find damage. Spike now planted. 3 players here from Gen.G, all with just classics in hand. 1 snake bite. The only post-plant util that they have available to them. And Texture at the moment, pulling back off the angle. Not ready for it as Berlin looks for a second. Karen does manage to survive for a little bit longer here as Munchkin going on that jiggle peek. Takes a nasty shot.
Ooh!
Finds himself a third. Takes it
By
out.
FPX, no, guys, ho gaya, GG ho gaya map.
FPX.
Gen.G, I'm sorry.
Not giving Gen.G any wiggle room. No opportunity to get themselves back into this match.
By GG ho gaya
The
map,
run
guys.
back, all but denied here. A must-win pistol round for Gen.G
Gen.G
is
surrender
thwarted, and it's LITE who
Surrender
kicks it
to
off
nahi
with a
karegi,
double
bhai.
with the Sheriff. Gen.G invested heavily in util to take this B site. A lot of classics on players that normally don't grab them, like Texture. And that might have been part of the problem here. Losing a little bit of that long-range firepower in those fights. And FPX just didn't eat much of that damage other than Autumn, who died at the beginning of the round. And yeah, Outlaw for Texture. I mean, you got to try something.
But they all have full armor on the opposite side, so he's not going to be able to get those instant shots. Swinging out, and I mean, I thought it was going to be Ion, but LITE is just playing over top of him. They got a high-low setup on stairs. And of course it's LITE to find the kill. Karen now going to be noted, does find the headshot. Ion going to be taken down. Munchkin here at back rubble, slowly creeps out, picks up that Outlaw, does put it to good use. Finds himself an elimination.
What?
Out-duels the Bucky at point-blank range, finds the headshot. Not something that you see every day, but of course Gen.G, they find themselves in a thrifty position, and it looks like they're going to be able to close it out.
And sliding back over to the C site now. Just really Autumn anywhere in the vicinity. Going to be a battle between him and Munchkin potentially here towards spawn.
Oh, Autumn.
How,
the
bro?
intercept, and it's all too easy given how low HP he was.
Now you've got a Bucky and a Sheriff in Meteor's hands. 2 classics for Lakia and Karan. This is frankly very doable, it feels like, for FPX.
भाई ये plant क्यों करते होंगे वो?
Toss that Sheriff over to
ये
anybody or
spam
just
plant
hang
है.
on to it.
I think you'd want to pass it over to Lakia, who currently doesn't really have much in hand. Smoke coming down in response to the door tap. Karan, Paranoia, still at the ready. Life on the slow approach here through waterfalls. Worry about that deep flank coming through.
No, they're going to be playing close, that weaker weaponry.
Time is ticking though. They're going to have to try to get going on this one, but the nanoswarms are holding Life at bay for now. Paranoia, sent, Life starting to push forward. Haunt again, slowing them up on the approach. Bucky looking for the shots. Meteor will be able to have it. Bulldog does get stabilized there by Autumn, who wants to do a little bit more damage, but looks like that'll be the finisher.
Nice, nice, nice.
Gen.G will pick up the round win. Get themselves now up to
But
3,
भैया जी
but it
बाकी
is
से
a
आगे थे.
long road
Berlin
back.
भाई.
No doubt. And this one just felt like it was going to be GG off the rip. You know, losing Texture with that Outlaw so quickly. Trying to continue to ego contest this space at A. And
तू जान जान तू क्या के जान बुला दे नी.
On the other ends of the map here, Meteor in particular,
Sometimes 1% chance is good enough.
That is maybe the shot of the round for the Gen.G team. And if they make any kind of run, that might have been the one that starts it, but
अरे
it
तो
is
अपने
a
गॉड
long,
ग्रिड
long
वाले
road
ऑटो
for
में.
Gen.G.
हाँ.
That it is.
भाई इस टीम में आके जो मार रहा है वो गॉड ग्रिड में पता नहीं कहाँ हो गया था भैया को.
How deadly he can be with that. Just looking for massive combo there at the door, but no one getting caught by it. Sensing it, sprays across, does manage to
रीड
find
तो
Light.
है. लाकिया भाई.
Gonna be tricky. Gen.G, a little surprised they aren't pulling off of this with all the attention that they've garnered off of this A rubble push.
Recovery on the Dizzy, it's now off CD. Picture just looking to hold him at bay. Berlin is just behind him. Still watching for this creep forward in towards B. Texture able to find him, just breaks down the door, storms in a little bit faster than he can try to respond. Now, Lights are going to be taken down as well as Texture comes up with a second. Spike going to be handed over to him. They want to try to get that showstopper online.
राम राम अमित भाई कैसन बा?
By far too, bhai have nice day love
here
from.
if you can, as Ion and Autumn love to get in Gen.G's heads even further, despite the fact that this round is basically undoable.
वैसे तो Gen.G सपोर्टर नहीं हूँ पर चाहता हूँ कि 2-1 जीत जाए Gen.G. हाँ of course भाई Gen.G जीतेगी. Pacific region bro, come on.
Texture just going to be pushing his way up in here towards stairs, finds it.
But मैं इतना हैरान हूँ ना कि मैं 11-4 dominating हार रही है भाई. Gen.G का favorite map है ये.
But it's still
Suns.
an insanely long road ahead, and I mean,
Lotus.
you and I have seen it a couple times this year where yes.
Bye Badu, have a nice day.
Kishore,
Kishore, love you bro. Thank you.
By far the most impressive of those affairs. Texture, yeah, one away from that showstopper, like you said. To be able to hang on to that Bulldog, some rifles. Full rifles for FPX. Only one
Loser,
full
क्या
armor,
लिख रहे हो ये?
I mean, right now, what Gen.G need to do is follow in the footsteps of fellow Korean squad TRX.
I was thinking of it earlier. I was thinking about that Billy game earlier.
It just seems so implausible.
सारे इंडियन टीम्स को ही लीव करके पॉप ऑफ कर जाते हैं, पता नहीं क्यों.
He'll eat a nasty shot as well. Goes down to 10, but he finds the kill. Lock in meter though, good responding fire. Taking out Ion. Theron does get dropped, but now out of the equation. Leaves Berlin as the smoker in life. A cheeky position, but it was a little bit too whiffy. Can't come away with more than just that one kill, so still damage dealt. Gives Berlin a chance, but it has to be all headshots from him.
भाई ये फाइट अच्छी हुई.
HP in a dream to see if he can pull this
one
off.
on one.
He's only gonna have one star to work with.
Do you even go for it? Or do you just stuck back?
I think you play for exits. Try to do any economic damage.
भाई 3 बंदे मरे भाई सी पे. 4 बंदे खेल रहे थे सी पे.
I mean, here's the thing. FPX almost always goes for it. Almost always. They are insane.
I don't know the meaning of the word save.
They do not.
पीछे है, पक्का पीछे है, मैं बता रहा हूँ तुम्हें.
Berlin, was ready, was suspicious of it, but just didn't quite catch a clear glimpse. Lock in with 3. We'll take them across the line as Gen.G get up to 5.
मैं यही देख रहा हूँ भाई.
One of the really interesting
यहाँ पे 3 कैसे मर गए?
out to me watching
Bro.
the FPX foot match that they don't save almost ever. They're always going for it, and that completely threw off foot a couple rounds. Completely bamboozled them, where they would expect that a team would just back off, save their guns, and then FPX
throw हो रहा थोड़ा.
and then it's the go button, and they're just right back in it. So very, very crafty is FPX, but
Showstopper at the ready. LITE is just sending it. Haunt gets a reveal, but the crab well is set up.
Oh, bhai, heavy.
Able to take out Meteor. What a wild
start. What?
As LITE comes up with 1, Karen mows down 3. Texture now. His own Showstopper in hand. Sends it. Gets the kill.
Bhai.
My God.
Bhai, khatam round. Kya hua bhai?
Messy round. But somehow, some way, Gen.G managed to persevere through it.
एक A push, बाकी के B push, एक C push. That's what happened.
Well, that's nasty.
भाई ये
Karen
I mean,
को
क्या
that showstopper grab well combo was absolutely beautiful from FPX. It's just Gen.G's just barely able, but it brings out the showstopper as well from Texture. So now you don't have that ult.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you've got the Nightfall, but Ion has his Thrash. So there's real opportunities here on these retakes.
Operator now in the hands here of Life. Follow to check close.
And you got to be so nervous that it's underneath stairs. You know, how many times are those long-range battles taking place right at the area we're looking? And often,
no C push.
FPX has been getting the better at Gen.G.
एक भी नहीं था?
Let's see how they want to dial up this attack.
सारे भी push
Ion already here to help out Lysor.
He has that Thrash. Smoke coming down, but it's going to be the Nightfall to try to open things up. And Lysor caught out, completely blinded up. They do get the trail detect here, but Ion just has to pull back. Decayed down. And now it's going to be a 4v5 attempt at the retake here for FPX as they try to get themselves up to map point. But for now, Gen.G very much entrenched on the site.
Tough retake. You have the Thrash, but Gen.G's backing off, not giving them good opportunities to use it.
It's only Texture that's playing forward. Everybody else has drifted back. They're expecting these flank positions. As Munchkin just spraying away, he's able to find one. Life going to be taking down the operator now, out of play.
Bro.
Berlin going to try to survive. Texture swinging out, not quite ready for Berlin to be in that position. It looks like he still wants to re-challenge. Munchkin as well, getting ready to encroach, working his way in towards B side. Spray away the final shot. Connects there. Texture claims the kill. Now it's Berlin, but he cannot hold on to the weapons. Another flawless here is Gen.G.
अगर यहाँ से comeback हुआ.
Further, now just 4 rounds separated.
5 gifted.
And that was a full buy round there for FPX.
Comeback होना.
And they got flawless.
Yeah.
If you get 2 more here as Gen.G, then I'm starting to believe.
छोड़ देना FPX.
You can get 2 more, I'm going to start to believe. Until then, I'm still very much in the FPX should be able to take this. But here's the other thing to consider, Achilleos, is that every round that Gen.G gets starts to get in the head of FPX, and it starts to get Gen.G heated up for the next map. And that's what's really
का comeback
We're seeing that heat up right there. I mean, Texture just having a laugh. Munchkin spraying on the body. So they're getting warmed up. They're getting back into it, and this was much more of the Gen.G that we were
Nirmal
seeing
bhai, love
yesterday
you.
on Lotus versus Leviathan. For
Throw
FPX,
kar rahe
though,
hain,
still
FPX 2-0
in a
हारने
very
वाले
good
हैं.
position. The coach just now finding the need to go ahead and intervene.
Overconfidence.
Still have that other timeout in their back
बजना
pocket.
नहीं है, बजना
Should
नहीं
this
था.
run back continue.
पता नहीं
They're
क्यों.
so damn close from taking this
I mean,
map
that was a
away.
healthy banter.
And
यार.
I'd love to
Banter
see
भी क्या
now
healthy,
Gen.G take a
healthy
page out of
troll.
FPX's book and
वो
grab an
knife
outlaw
जो
here
भी करा.
based on the economy
ठीक है,
that
चलता है
FPX
भाई उतना
has.
तो.
I don't think they will. They don't do that.
PMs नहीं
Typically,
चलते
it's not
भाई.
a Gen.G maneuver. But man, if I wanted to get in my opponent's heads, it'd be something I'd consider at the very least. But, I mean, FPX, you know, the crowd's gotten a little bit quieter for now, but they're trying to will them on. They've got some big ults to play with. They're able to scrape together a couple Guardians on the back of
Loser
these
bhai,
Vandals,
thank
only
you for the
half armor
sponsor.
for everybody. Phantom switched over to
मैं भी
for
मोमो
Autumn as
welcome
he has
करो.
that pit.
Welcome.
Gonna see maybe some kind of play here to maybe block up the front of C and then.
क्या हाल है अभिनव?
This looks like it's gonna be fast.
Flashback was early though.
What?
Swings out and takes him down. Head caught, but Nate still gets one from beyond the grave, and now Texture falling as Berlin claims another kill. Ayang trying to steady that spray, can't quite make it happen, but Munchkin.
भाई throw कर रही है ये. FPX is pure throwing.
It's another swift hit round on the Gen.G. They get the
This
better
is
of
a fucking
FPX.
comeback.
On last man standing, still
लिख के
making
ले
his
लो.
way over here towards the A site. Footsteps going to be heard. Munchkin
I don't know
now gonna be
timeout
noted.
में
Prowler
क्या लिया,
slash
but
on.
yeah.
Autumn's going to be cutting noise, slow creeping forward. Needs to try to isolate 3 different fights. Fernow's moving up into the decay orb, and that's just going to be Munchkin out wide, ready to get the catch.
Okay.
Down. Timeout not delivering. Another buy.
टाइम आउट लेके क्या करा
Gen.G
कि
continue to
बहुत
get
धीरे थ्रो
closer.
कर रहे हो, अभी अच्छे से थ्रो
This is
करो.
starting to get worrisome for FPX. It
क्या मारा
kind
भी
of has to
texture.
start here right now. They're going to stop the bleeding. I mean, the crossfires are brilliant. Able to sneak players ahead. Texture winning that opening duel, so crucial. Something that was not going their way when they were on the defender side. And now they're turning the tables. They're flipping the script. Doing to FPX.
Starting to vibe, starting to thrive.
Well, this one looks like it's going to start out a little bit slower. Seeing if they can bait out in the util is Gen.G. They snag an orb. Try to work out some of these positions. They're just going to go.
Angel's going for Lin. He's got the Judd. The Prowler going to be noting them, though, as push up into the smoke. He's
What?
quite a bit of damage there on the Texture, but cannot find the kill. Berlin, that side is taken down. Now Autumn tagged up as well. Just these blind sprays through. Soften him up so much. Life able to find one, but then Karen trades it out. TP used just to get over. He's closer a little bit faster. Smoke down. Karen works up forward, but the lockdown now shoves them back. 3v4, Texture low on HP.
Bro, ये क्या comeback है, bro?
Not yet coming through.
Just had to be sure. You never know when FPX is going to get aggressive on you. Wanted to make sure they crossed their T's, dotted their I's before they put this plant down.
Now the quandary is, do you use this thrash? It looks like the answer is going to be yes.
It's FPX, so yes.
They very much want to win this round. On the hunt, spots out one, but cannot get that detain across. Karen still just going to be tucked away. Autumn storming forward, able to find Texture, takes him down, but then Karen holds at bend. The 3K from him, and now Lysor, no other choice but to just go ahead and drift away. The whisper on the wind as he makes his way out across the opposite side of the map, desperately wanting to hold on.
13-8 कौन-कौन बोल रहा है, guys?
I cannot believe
13-8 to Gen.G, कौन-कौन बोल रहा है?
Distance, just 2 rounds separating.
13-11, sorry.
Lakia is still hunting.
13-11 to Gen.G.
They want to do all the damage they can.
He suspects it.
हाँ भाई.
Oh, he doesn't
13-11
so, okay,
to Gen.G.
Lysor
Let's
can
go.
breathe a sigh of relief.
I'm beginning to believe, Achilles.
Live mad क्यों आ रहा
I
है?
said I'd wait until
आता है
9,
ना?
and we're here. That's how many rounds in a row? 7 in a row?
Lot.
A lot.
A lot. And one of the things that we saw from Gen.G
13-11
10 rounds
to
consecutively for
FPX.
them.
I don't think so, bro.
The closeout versus Lev.
OT?
Streaky as heck. I mean, I always think back to that sunset against DRX.
Knife नहीं करना था.
DRX started
वहीं
out
पे
7 in a
पलटा,
row,
वहीं पे
and then
पलटा,
all of a
guys.
sudden swung back with 8 of their own or 9 of their own or whatever it was for Gen.G. They do this.
OT जाएगा.
They start out slow a lot of these games, and then
OT
all
तो
of a
नहीं जाएगा,
sudden
मुझे लगता है.
they just find that gear, they find that confidence. Kind of
भाई, यो
realize
क्या
that
music
team
है
that
भाई,
they've been
time
all
out.
year. And then they're going at you. They are
भाई
fearsome
लगा दी
when
पनौती.
they are playing like this. But
Yo.
FPX I think can recover. I mean, I think they just need to slow the pace
Knife
down
कौन
a
सा
little
round,
bit,
guys?
slow the tempo
Last
down, maybe
round.
play for some
Last
full-on
round of
retakes,
the
don't give
half.
up any free kills. off the rip. Don't give themselves any odd man situations. This next round, whatever, it's going to be a weaker bye for them probably. But after that, give them a little space. There are the Outlaws. What are they doing? There's no way. I knew it was going to happen eventually. They can't resist. Munchkin can't resist.
Outlaws. I mean, this could
Paanch outlaw. Gen.G.
Berlin does have a Marshal.
बकचोदी कर रहे हैं भाई ये. 9-11 से हार रहे हैं, but बकचोदी चलती रहनी चाहिए.
5 Outlaws in play for the start of the round. Let's see what kind of message they end up sending.
Okay, there's some guns on the floor for sure.
The thing is, I mean, you got to juggle these back because
they're expecting aggression.
Swing coming through. Berlin, that Marshal can deal such a significant amount. There you go. Gets the headshot. That's texture on the floor. These things unravel a bit. Chuck the weapons off the side of the map. They'll start slow creeping their way across into A, but this push coming out of B right now from FPX, this death ball, if it catches them off guard, it could be significant damage dealt. They're on the turret for now. So Meteor will hang back, lingering, watching. There's still a Phantom there on the floor.
They're so fast to this, Achilleos. They're aware of it. You know, Gen.G, Munchkin was watching this angle for so long. They've already contact LITE, though.
LITE finds a headshot, showstopper, drawn out, thrown in. Not going to be able to find the elimination, only gets a little bit of damage, and Munchkin on that timing swings out ahead of the Cosmic Divide to find the pick. A pit now, just to try to escort them forward here onto the site. Smoke coming down. Caron, dangerous position. Lysor able to find Meteor. Munchkin bouncing for the short. He does manage to trade it out. Ayong now dead.
पीछे वो मर गया लाइसर.
Still drops. It's on the opposite side of the Cosmic Divide, so they have to use the Omen TP just to grab it. Autumn revealing his position, doing damage. Grabwell not quite there to be able to get the catch. He swings out. They're both so damn low. Berlin now inching forward, closing the gap, scooping up the Vandal. They know that it's in play, but
oh my god!
Gets himself up top, finds that elimination. Now it is all on Berlin. The IGL, the captain, the madman. Can he get it done?
Oh my god, bro, no!
Caron with 3. Closes out the round, and Gen.G are now just 1 away from tying us up.
Unbelievable. Caron has been coming up so huge for Gen.G. 19 and 14 on the scoreline. So many 3K rounds that have turned the tide, that have kept them in this match. He has been phenomenal so far this tournament. And he is not letting go against FPX. I mean, the Outlaws didn't work, but they still had better guns. They were still able to get it done, and Caron in particular.
But barely so, and that was against that weaker buy.
मतलब ये गलती करते बच गया Gen.G.
Half armors abound, but rifles in hand. Texture spraying through the wall, just trying to find anything that he can. Paint shells let loose now. The push with the dizzy blind. It comes in, and it's an easy kill delivered to Lysor. As they continue to take even more space. Lysor with 2. Blocking Caron.
क्या हो रहा है इधर? कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा.
But he cannot find it. FPX will finally break the streak, and they will get themselves up to 12.
हुआ क्या? कुछ समझ नहीं आया, पर ठीक है.
Takes everything they've got to do.
कहाँ लड़ाई हुई, क्या हुआ, कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा.
Able to swing life around this corner. Lysor so good holding that angle. The initial push looked like they might be able to break through. Gen.G got texture deep towards the door, but that dizzy was so perfectly timed to set Lysor up right.
Valorant in speed run, guys.
29, 15, and 2. This second half, it's been
क्या ही चल रहा है,
rough.
कुछ नहीं
Still
पता.
looking to drop a 30 bomb. Again, aggressive spacing being taken. Showstopper in hand. Paranoid not finding it. Lysor trying to be cheeky with the
Lysor भाई आपका जो कट्टा हुआ
है. Not going to be able to catch anybody. And they'll note that. There's no trails. The site is open. It's here for the taking. Still making their way forward, though. This allows more time for FPX to try to get into position for a flood retake.
No ults to speak of for FPX. They're just going to have to get it done with some good rifling and a little bit of other utility. Blast packs and...
Smoke dissipating. It's going to be a shooting range. Texture able to find 1. Taking it down. There's Caron! What is that?
What a name, bro.
2 quick kills. And now it's all on Berlin once more.
This is unbelievably tense. Berlin has to consider. Do you go for this? Do you say, well, it's FPX, I think he's going to go, but we'll see.
Caron, bhaiya, what a name, bro.
It's time. Spots lock ya. That's all he sees. It's not enough. He has to try to back away. He's going to try to hold on to this weapon. Charon, however, everybody else here on the hunt. Gets a spot onto one. Waiting for the timing. Does manage to find that kill. Gets a little bit of damage through. And he draws enough attention that nobody survives.
What the fuck? वो दोनों भी मर गए?
Wanting to get that pick.
भाई क्या चालू है ये?
But Gen.G
Most tensed match भाई क्या aim था Karen का भाई?
Absolutely unthinkable at the half.
Bloody hell, that wasn't वो spray transfer नहीं था भाई वो.
And they also won the pistol, but then Gen.G got the eco and
he just
stringed
tapped
together 4 rounds.
Strong.
Awesome भाई, awesome.
You're absolutely right.
He used to be an
my
English
grammar,
teacher.
my grammar no good.
I mean, right now after this game, brain no.
Guys, ये comeback कितना awesome है यार.
Marshall in hand, glass cannon for some of these players on him. No armor whatsoever. Just mustering up everything that they possibly can to try to finish it out here, to try and avoid that overtime. But Gen.G not liking what they haven't seen.
And I mean, Gen.G's so willing to scrap. I mean, think about all the teams they have to play in Pacific that drag you down into the mud. I mean, Paper X is the first that comes to the mind. They played Paper X 4 times this year, 5 times this year?
A lot.
A lot. Oh, Meteor with the opening pick.
Finds Autumn alive. Take him down. Now just 3 players left. FPX. Can they clutch it up? Berlin gets the shoulder shot, but has to evacuate. Pulls back into safety. The Prowler not going to go deep enough to get the connection. Nebula up, a shorty in hand. But can he deal the damage that he needs to? There's the first, but the second pump is not going to be enough to take down Meteor. Puts him low. Gives Lyso and Ayang potentially a chance, but Munchkin is still here lurking, getting ready now to push his way up into B. The check coming through. His knife is out, but he pulls off the angle, and now the footsteps are going to be heard. Munchkin getting all the information that he needs. There's the spot. There's Lyso dead. And oh my good God. Ayang now, everything to do.
Real.
3 kills. Meteor. He's low on HP, but time is starting to work against him. He's got the wingman.
Yeah, ये angle hold कर रहा है.
Spots one. Gets the headshot. Now the thrash online. He's going to send it. Meteor trying to backpedal. The turret goes in. The Tane not going to be found.
अरे टुट्टू भेज.
He gets the headshot. Wingman out to try and go for the defuse. Charon up over the top.
नहीं, तेरा टुट्टू defuse कर देता.
I hope you're entertained because we've got more for you here on Lotus. We are going to overtime.
That was such a hero play. तेरा टुट्टू defuse कर देता. वो spam भी नहीं मार पाता.
The overtime again on Lotus.
Why?
How many times has Lotus gone to OT so far this event? Is this the 3rd one? It's just bonkers.
But never in this fashion.
I don't. It's.
Hug दिया.
Lost. I mean, Gen.G to come back like this. It looked like it was done. That pistol to start that round gone. Certainly, you think it's FPX's map. The crowd trying to rally FPX again as they move back over to the attacker's side. It's gonna be the glass cannon for life. Had so much success with it on that first half. So much success with those snipers.
नहीं होता.
Oh my goodness.
Last pack set. Gets the spot there on the texture beneath to try to back away. They get the haunt reveal, but Punish cannot be found. All of FPX pulling back away from A. For now, Rubble in Gen.G's control.
Karen Joer
once again now turned over here towards B. Full setup with Munchkin starting to drift away a little bit over towards connector, but turns his sights back here.
Karen Joer लिख रहे भाई.
Alarm bot over on the corner as well.
Yeah, this is more like what Gen.G had success with. One of the few rounds they did.
Chat like कर दो ना यार.
Control, and then we're able to work the rest of the map off of that.
600 like हो जाते तो.
Considering that this might be a C hit, Toxic Screen comes up, but still that alarm bot to play off of. Prowler check. No confirmation on that op positioning though. Gonna be cleared out. Smokes are in.
Smoke in, Munchkin.
Berlin.
Taking a much more aggressive position up here on top of the box.
Berlin.
He sees the nano. Double stack setup though in life. Eliminated the operator, not finding value. Now the approach getting ready to come through over here onto A. Berlin still lurking, needing to find value here at C. And he picks a lot of place. There's the gun barrel spotted, and it's easy. His Meteor just takes him down. 3 players now left. Autumn, Lyso, and Ayang with everything to do in a 3v5.
Bro, what the fuck are they trying to do, guys?
Sending out some warning shots, looking to just slow up this approach as there's only 15 seconds remaining. And everybody from Gen.G gets ready to arrive. The first 2 shots come through. The Dizzy not going to be fighting much, and Ayang cannot steady for the second shot. Lakia takes him down. And for the first time, Gen.G are in the lead. 13-12, map point is theirs.
And it's so crucial here for Gen.G to get this defender's side win, because that was the side of the map for both teams that they just could not get much done. Karon so steady throughout this entire map, and immediately him and Lakia swinging out together to finish the job on the Ayong. But the double stack expecting the swing out of that entrance of B. Brilliant. The watch party over in Seoul, South Korea, giving them a round of applause as FPX has to take a break to rethink this. After how this map started, to lose it like this would be the heartbreak of the year.
Timeout, the only one that they get to call here in OT. Needing to reinvigorate these players, needing to get them aligned.
I'm sweating. I am sweating.
Right there with you.
Good afternoon, Rudran.
Incredible scenes being put on display at the moment between these two squads. Both just so very streaky. For Gen.G to just come in, potentially steal this map away after that opening half.
Heavy palte, bhai, heavy palte. Guys, like to ko yaar.
I mean,
500 like to kar do yaar. Like to ko yaar.
And it is exactly like you mentioned, Akilio. Shades of DRX versus Billy. I mean, these comebacks that these teams are capable of from Pacific, just absolutely outrageous.
Ironclad mentality. But it's not over yet. Let's see if FPX can extend this. Let's see if they can get this reset. Just for now, Texture. One blast pack across. Karon taking a forward position. That Paranoia going to be catching on to multiple players. Counter Paranoia going to be coming through as the Dizzy also connects. LITE taking forward position. Molly finds one. Karon able to take out LITE, but now Lockett going to be traded out. Oh, shots flying. Things looking good. It's all on Meteor, and he cannot make it happen. 13-13. We continue onward.
You love it. They're just going to scrap. They're just going to fight, trying to show you who's got better firepower. And FPX is going to win the battle this time. It looked like maybe a little paranoia from Karon.
Thank you for the 4 months, Jord Army, Meri Jaan.
The Gecko Mosh actually getting a kill there for Ion.
Love you, buddy.
And then Karon gets stuck in that corner, right outside of Rock. And
Meteor with
not much else that he can do in that situation. The
ready,
crossfire is good
member?
for FPX. And we go again. We go again.
Life again, glass cannon. Off not finding much value the first time out. Texture, similar scenes, just jumping across over towards rubble. Bomb shot not connecting, they stray away.
I think they expected that. I think they expected that last pack angle again. Felt like that op shot might have been angled for it, but it's tricky to hit that.
Look at this though. Lakia already getting into a position where he can quick rotate over to C. Yep. Expecting that's where the pressure's going to end up going.
The same stuff from Gen.G that's been working for them on the few rounds that they've been able to get on their defender side. Get rubble control, and then play pivot between B and C. Make sure that B is difficult to get into with that alarm bot, with that nano, and then let Munchkin and Meteor shut things down if they can. But a pivot back over to A. I love this from FPX.
Boombot the check as the smoke dissipates. Confirms the presence of at least one. Life waiting, saying, please, jiggle peek this, jump peek this. Give me the chance and I will take it. Paranoia at the ready, sent. Dizzy as well, flying through. Swing onto the corner, Texture, instant with a headshot. C's now lobbed in, everybody sent packing. Berlin still creeping forward, that alarm bot around the corner. Now Lakia on the hard right angle. Gonna be caught with Util in hand, he gets taken down. And Meteor, he pulled so far away that he's unable to get the punish, but Texture does arrive. He finds it, Showstopper now in hand. Here's a tap onto the door, sends it, won't be able to find much of anything there. 3 players once again here for the side of FPX. They're cutting back over.
No way.
In towards B. Texture sprays away, finds one. Looks for Ion, cannot have it. Karon does get taken down. Ion keeping them in this. Light source up very low, but now the Thrash going to be online. Meteor, I don't know if he's going to be able to clear this one out fast enough as he goes up into the smoke and misses him. But the detain is there on the Munchkin. The Mosh lobbed in. Meteor dead. Ion, he's bailing him out. And now it is all on Munchkin.
Gen.G, hello?
To try and reestablish the lead, to get themselves back up to map point. But how do you clear this? He knows both of their positions. He knows that Lysor is low, but he cannot find it. The headshot comes across, and FPX are up to map point once again.
And this is brilliant moving around the map here for FPX. They lose rebel control. They flirt with B and C a bit, and then they head back over to B after the showstopper has been popped. I mean, even though Texture gets one, and it looks like he might be good to just shut this round out, Ion comes alive, gets a crucial detain, and I think they might have seen Meteor in the corner as it
13 months, शादी कब मेंबर्स को बुलाओगे ना?
To take him out.
बुलाएंगे.
And just not able to get there in time to back up Texture is Gen.G. That costs them the round. And here we go. Off the rip again. Texture taking space towards the orb. He's got it.
Mosh it back, Rebel. There's a reveal on the two.
Love you, yeah. Just kidding.
Munchkin and Meteor finding one apiece as well. And it looks like this is not ending anytime soon. Autumn would have to 1v5, and yes, some of the HP bars are quite low, but there's also a showstopper on the opposite side, and now he's been noted. Showstopper incoming, no! Headshot, Snappy with it. Autumn shuts that down.
No reason not to go for it, but few players low on Gen.G.
Hey, you kill two more, you get a pit.
Anything's possible.
But they are playing in a very disconnected position, the two low HP members. Munchkin and Meteor both sat within that connector. Just trying to play away, allowing for Karon and the rest of the team to try to just deal with this one. It will be Lakia who finds that 14-14.
OT पे OT, पकड़ लो मेरी गोटी.
Continues.
It's a slugfest. It's like watching a boxing match in round 13, and both teams are just throwing everything they have at each other. Just blow for blow. And this time around, Gen.G's Texture able to sneak up towards that orb, get in a good position. Lakia's fade utility has been so pivotal in some of these rounds to get the spots, to get those kills, to change the dynamic of those fights.
Look at this change up though. Meteor, he's going to go glass cannon.
Prowler बहुत दूर तक spot करता है.
He's got the operator in hand. Not something that we have seen whatsoever. Looked out here by Mound. Berlin just popping the smoke, drifting across the opposite side. Meteor not catching a glimpse, but there's the shots flying. Berlin now needing to use another star just to try to get himself out to safety in all likelihood.
But कितना confident है Meteor, op करके बैठा है OT में.
I wonder if he was able to see
the
op
bro.
in the hands of Meteor there.
I think he might have glimpsed it.
I think he might have. They're just doing their diligence, making sure that nobody is left behind the mound as they go for the orb. Op.
Mara.
Op. Meteor, though, smoked off. Goes for the repeat, and Ion again delivers.
Baby.
Munchkin looking to reinforce this position. There's the jump forward, and they get the C's across. Now Dizzy connecting, though. Munchkin having to pull back off the angle. Han revealing nothing.
अबे ऑप लेके सैचर मार के क्यों जा रहा है तू? हेलो? लाइव? अच्छा कॉन्फिडेंट है ठीक है इतना?
Nothing left for Munchkin. Still got the paranoia for Lysor. Still got Iong's Gecko utility. Definitely good opportunity to clear the site. Only one Prowler left for Lakia. Use the Haunt, so that's going to be on cooldown. There goes that Prowler to check.
Prowler checks. Prowler confirms the smoke now down here on to B. They can't play off this alarm bot any longer, so have to just set up for this. Push up into the smoke, though, and Texture getting punished. And that's going to call for the pivot over to B. The paranoia, a tad bit too early. Karon only able to find one. Ion trades it back out. Wingman for the plant, 2v3, the Thrash again online, instantly set on the hunt, spotting Lakia, getting it detained, he's gonna be taken out, the knives go swinging!
दूसरा knife! सालो चैट नहीं आया? कमबैक करके हारने वाले हो तुम?
Counter spray not even being attempted too much. Berlin eventually will find a headshot. FPX once again out in front.
And it's these late pivots to B that are working a treat now for FPX. It's been the adjustment in their strategy here in overtime that has gotten them 2 attacker side wins in a row. And like you mentioned,
only Kankan can dodge with
utility just a little bit too early from Karon. Sensed it coming, but the pressure got to him, and he let it fly just a moment too soon. Wasn't able to buy that little bit of extra time for the rest of his team to rotate over. And Ion has been massive in overtime.
Knife taking quite a bit of space here. No ops in play on either side. FPX one more round win to put a finish to this.
Gen.G hoping that they could fake some attention towards A and make a quick rotate over towards B and C, find some open space, but it's pretty wise.
Mara.
Inching forward, if he swings this corner, he's still going to be able to come away with one. That does get him up to 30, so congrats on that front, but Meteor trades it back instantly.
Just tucking Texture behind the corner. The rest of the team now starting to settle up towards C, but not much ambiguity here with the full A control for Lysor. Here we go.
The high-low setup gonna be so difficult to break, and Autumn comes away with 2. Meteor able to find Berlin. Lakia and Charon, they get themselves now into the site, clear out quickly there on the haunt. Lakia inching his way forward, he walks right into it, and Autumn is looking to deliver the win at long last.
GG.
The pit invested
By
in Charon,
nice
everything
try
to do.
comeback,
Spots
babe.
one, swings out of it,
By
no,
nice
and Autumn
comeback,
will
nice
collect the
comeback.
4K. 16-14 FPX.
Gen.G.
They do not let the map
अच्छा
get
खेले
away
भाई.
from them.
Nice try, nice try.
Grueling, unbelievably grueling, but
Bancho, the
FPX
epic game था guys, epic
What a
game था.
comeback from Gen.G.
Like ठोको यार guys.
But it's
500 like तो कर दो
pure
यार.
determination for FPX.
100 like और बचे हैं guys. Let's go.
Unbelievable.
भाई क्या game था बे.
What
मजे
a
आ गए भाई.
performance. What
मजे
a
आ गए
map,
game देख
and
के.
what a start to this series.
2 knife करे, easy win भी मिला. Easy win तो नहीं था.
Number
Hello.
one. We need a break. We're gonna go to one. We'll see you guys on the other side.
Yeah, bro. I know they're holding me, so what? So what?
भाई काहे बज रहा है वो इतना? कौन है वो? So what? कहने वाला? Is it like वो बर्लिन है? लिख के ले ले 2-1 Gen.G.
Not sure what sensitivity you perform best with? Are you constantly changing your sensitivity because you're missing?
पता नहीं पर देखते हैं.
Introducing the universal sensitivity finder in AIM Labs. Get real
लाइव है वो?
recommendations.
भाई इतना हगरा था ऑप लेके.
Then bring it into your next ranked game and dominate. Now available in AIM Labs Plus.
भाई बच गया बे. मेंबरशिप गिफ्टिंग 5 ही था वो तो मैं वैसे ही कर देता. गिड्डू मतलब गिड्डू बचते हुए चल रहा था. लिख के मेरा भी ले लो 2-1 Gen.G. देखते हैं भाई क्या लगता है गाइस. कमबैक होगा. हाय हाय.
Red Bull gives you wings.
भाई दूध पीते हो कोई सारे? भाई रोज दूध पीना चाहिए. भैंस का पीते हो गाय का? ये मत बोलना दोनों में से किसी और का. जसराज भाई वेलकम बेबी. भाई ठीक है, इट्स अ थिंग लाइक वो दूध मिल रहा है मार्केट में, लाइक दे आर सेलिंग इट, ठीक है, क्योंकि उसमें प्रोटीन, हाई प्रोटीन होता है। भाई लोग उसका इतना बतंगड़ क्यों बना रहे हैं, मुझे समझ नहीं आया। हाँ, और ऐसे बिहेव कर रहे हैं जैसे पता नहीं क्या ही चीज़ हो वो, लाइक टट्टी खा रहे हो या टट्टी पी रहे हो। हाँ, नॉर्मल जो दूध पीते हो आप, वो भी तो गाय का होता है, थन से आता है ना, उसमें भी भाई उसके कमेंट सेक्शन देख लेना तुम, भाई तुम्हें पता लग जाएगा क्या कैसी मेंटालिटी है लोगों की, वो तो पता ही है बहनचोद। हाय क्यूटी।
其实他们抢 A 做的挺好的，他一开始的抢 A 把我们的 A 点那种思路啊，或者说我们的一些设定 set up 有点打乱了，然后导致我们可能有点着急，然后叫了暂停过后，
कैरन ओमेन 10-7 भाई कैरन अच्छा खेलता है भाई, एम उसका बहुत अच्छा है। क्या सर्च करूं? अब ये मेरे को नहीं याद भाई, इधर उधर अनशन कुछ सर्च करो मिलेगा। प्रणव भाई, हाँ नॉटी।
Right there with you, Yinsu. An incredible, seriously, an incredible game that was. And it is true, right? It gets down to those moments when you're in OT and you're just going for it. You just got the individual skill has to pop off. That's exactly what ended up happening there. FPX pick up the win. What a way to kick off the day, Mimi.
Yeah, I mean, that is the most a win is a win kind of game for FPX, because it really started to slip in that second half. But I want to start by
मैं कहाँ से करूँ अभी?
In particular from this
बॉडी बिल्डर लगता है तू भी।
I thought they had a great read on how Gen.G was going to play. Gen.G is a team who has a
कैम
lot
बीच में आ रहा है,
of
हटाओ उसे।
ideas. I think especially
कैम छोड़ो, मैं बीच में आ रहा हूँ, मेरे को हटाओ पहले।
they love going for these really forward
वहां तक पहुंचने के लिए पहले भाई को हटाना पड़ेगा, भाई को कैसे हटाओगे?
And FPX did a great job of playing these consistent,
क्या मटा?
slow,
चुप।
defaulty rounds and punishing any aggression given to them and calling into the right side at the end.
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about
क्या मटा? क्यूटी नहीं दिख रही। कहाँ है भाई? पीओवी दिख रहा है इसमें, क्यूटी कहाँ है?
Stop doing these things because time after time we saw FPX waiting for them. We saw how they got the round number 6, right? Gen.G just waiting on to see, putting a little bit of pressure onto it. And then on round number 7 that we're seeing here, FPX is already ready for what's happening.
ऑफ कर दिया करो कैम। पक्का?
Especially when we got
मुझे क्या भाई?
and the last rounds of the game.
मैं तो कर दूँ।
Everything was about A control.
ओ यार मैं माल ला रहा हूँ अपना फिर से।
Everything was also about life, to be honest. This guy had a lights out map. The craziest thing to me was the weapons he was buying. On attack side, Raze, as the solo dive agent on the team, he bought either an outlaw or an operator pretty much every round. In OT, he bought an op, like glass cannon op, every round. No one else does that. No one else does that. But this guy, and it shouldn't work, honestly, being the solo dive agent, but he makes it happen. This player is just... There's just no one like
माल
him.
मतलब
And on the
सोफा
other side,
बेबी।
even though they didn't win, the amount of multi-kills and rounds that Karen gave to Gen.G was on a different level. Time after time, we were seeing that there was 3,000 smokes on a side, and this guy was just running around, getting the kills, and moving perfectly with it. Yes, it was complicated, but hey, they got it to OT from a
10-2.
10-2
Yeah,
half.
it's crazy.
And they lost pistol.
That's what I mean.
And they lost pistol. Yeah, they were working at 11 the entire time. Wild stuff. Let's go ahead and shift the conversation, though, over to Gen.G, and we'll have our aim lab shoot around with texture. Let's go ahead and see him click some orbs for a little while, but we'll talk about this Gen.G roster really just showing their resiliency in this game. That being said, though, you know, without a doubt, like FPX also showing us that resiliency, so don't want to take anything away from them. But yeah, let's talk about this Gen.G team here, because now you're really going to be leaning on texture in this situation. Karen
देख लिया मैंने माम्बा का पॉडकास्ट। भाई मेरा स्टैंड कितना फ्लेक्सिबल है ब्रो। Like I can do anything with this.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
And
a
it's going
fucking
to be very
robot.
complicated because it's a map that they've been trying to strive away as much as possible. I was actually surprised that they didn't even ban it for this. And now we have to see, is this going to be a bait that FPX is biting into? Because it's a map that they have very well prepared. We saw it the other day with the composition with the harbor already moving away from the Viper and showing a new
VLT काकू का होना।
plan. It's going to be complicated, but yes, we need to, texture to show up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But this is the best chance for FPX to win their
कहाँ देख
second
रहे हो
series
guys?
globally. Just as a reminder for
आँखों में
their
देखो,
last
आँखों में।
game was their first ever
तमीज से और
on
कहीं
a
मत
global
देखो
stage
हाँ
after attending a myriad of
घर
these
आके
events.
मारूंगा
They are
घर
peaking at the perfect time. They have the momentum in their favor now after winning that first map, and they have a real chance to make a
आंखों में
clean
देखो
sweep into
घर आके
playoffs in
मारूंगा
front of their home crowd and earn 4 days off. It would just be ridiculous.
क्यूटी ना है चुभेगा बहुत ज़्यादा पैडिंग ना है क्या
And I mean, still blown away with the way that FPX started and the fact that FPX,
क्या मटा
despite the fact that
अबे हटाया तो
made an insane comeback, still managed to rally.
क्यूटी ना है चुभेगा बहुत ज़्यादा पैडिंग ना है क्या मतलब गाइस क्या बोल रहे हैं पराश समझ नहीं आया मुझे
Sunset's going to be really difficult for them. Look, they're a great team on it without a doubt, but one has to wonder what Gen.G has cooked up to try and stop FPX from being able to sweep them here.
Yeah, exactly. We were talking about the almost comeback that they performed, even though it got to OT. Gen.G got very, very close. Also, the other day, something that
क्या बोल रहे हैं पराश
texture, you know, it took him a little bit of time to warm up. That first map wasn't his best.
और भाई चीता ही कह दे पराश भाई not cool if you are
on Sunset.
All right.
Gen.G, they're one of like the few teams.
सुपर चैट क्या कह रहा मुझे खुद नहीं समझ आया अभी
Controller on this map. They kind of always have with Karen on that Omen, right? I mean, sorry, excuse me, not one of the few teams. There are a lot, but that is playing instead.
What is this super chat? I have no idea.
Instead of that Gecko KO, but they implement it really well. The coordination is on point, and they're also pretty unique in.
भाई क्या लिख रहे हो गाइस तुम राइट वाली मेरी लेफ्ट वाली मेरी ऐसे कर रहे हो बेंच जैसे आपको बोली लग रही है उनकी थोड़ा तो तमीज से यार भाई के हुए थे ऐसे बोल रहे हो
And FPX is starting on the defense. We need to mention something that happened the other day. Berlin setting up LITE to go in this crazy place, just finding up a lot of space or maybe some crazy kills and being able to come back. High risk, high reward. That's the name of FPX.
FPX could very well shock us all.
तमीज से यार क्या कर रहे हो
Into the playoffs. Will Gen.G answer back? Let's send it back over to Achilles and Paper Thin.
भाई वो YouTube बैन की कहानी भाई साल हो गए भाई इतने साल हो गए घायल भाई क्या सुनोगे अभी करके देता हूँ क्या
क्यूटी ना है चुभेगा बहुत ज़्यादा पैडिंग ना हाँ
And I love the way FPX plays this map with the Harbor, with the Yoru. So much trickery up their sleeves, so difficult to understand where they're going and how they're going to do it if they're going to use those Harbor high tides.
पराश भाई थोड़ा तमीज से क्या लिख रहे हो बहनचोद
Read for Gen.G and also LITE on the stage came out and fired this crowd up. So they are
छी 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 पराश भाई थोड़ा तमीज से यार क्या लिख रहे हो यार ना 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 not expected
right on the corner of the pillar there, the camera on the back of the site. The full stack into mid, but there is the trap wire potentially to account for this for Gen.G on the backside.
Quick dart forward, not going to be getting the catch there onto the trap wire. So Autumn, he lurks into that one. Could get the reveal. Instead, we'll just spam across, but they clear out the wire. So Cam, Cypher, Util, all going to be taken away. Get ourselves now into a 5v5. Pretty much everybody untouched. Life maybe getting tagged, once. 0 point at the ready. Autumn swinging out. Texture going to be taken down. Autumn finding that kill. Now looking for another one, but Meteor will be able to clean it up. I think the forward position is Meteor. Let's find Lysor. Right now, things going the way of Gen.G here on this opening pistol. Ayung the hunt at the ready. Swing up the corner. Berlin going to be taken down. Ayung everything to do, but is not ready for that double push around the backside of sight. Gen.G start things off with a pistol whip.
And FPX is playing full retake here off the rip. As soon as Autumn gets identified, backs into market. Gen.G just takes that open space, and they are so good in the post plant. Both of these teams, obviously on Lotus, extremely efficient in their post plants. FPX was 12 and 12 on Lotus in those situations. Gen.G 9 and 10. So it seems like part of the game here is going to just be getting that plant down. Trying to prevent
रहने दो पराश भाई
not be able to.
कहाँ लगा रहे हैं क्या
Guardians, a Bulldog. I must wait a moment. And there's the Phantom for Texture. Be able to grab that orb, build up towards the blades. It's a full-on A swing, but FPX is
why is he playing Jet?
Some players right on the site.
Getting into decent position. Don't have any flashes available here from Life. Is that classic in hand, but paranoia is at the ready. Multiple players going to be spotted. Texture claims the first one, gets himself a second, looks for a third, has to dash away. Swing out though, Munchkin able to go ahead and put an end. Young bottom across, able to find one, but that'll be the cleanup. One player down, weapons overall recovered, juggled over here to Meteor. And that will be Gen.G starting things off 2-0. In fairly clean fashion.
Yeah, just seeing if they could catch Gen.G a little bit off guard, but as ever, Locky is so diligent with that Soba utility. Sends the drone
दीदी है
out,
तेरी
gets the
फट भाई
info, allows
हाँ
Texture to
दो
open up
दीदी है
with
दोनों की
two,
शादी
can't
है
find the shots on the
पर
third,
ये
dashes
तुम्हारी
out.
दीदी है
अरे अपने ही explanation manga. Embarrassed smiley face.
Efficient for Gen.G. Couple rifles, the Bulldog, the Guardians. Going to be the arsenal that they have to work with.
Done page भाई.
To keep Gen.G pinned, to not give them any early info, to try to bait out util. For now, it's actually going to be FPX. He's committing a little bit there. The Prowler exchanged for the 0 point. Everybody just planting their feet.
Damage exchange between the Cyphers, but Autumn getting the better of Meteor there, takes him down to 38.
That's one of those players with the rifles for Gen.G, so I have to leave him behind to lurk, as now Gen.G considering mid, thinking that they could take advantage of some of this open space.
Decent little fan out from him here. Push up through tiles. Locky just going to take a couple pot shots with that Guardian as Lysor. TPing across, gets himself over in towards elbow. Munchkin hearing this now, realizing it. Also spots him there for brief for the moment, but there's a swing out. The timing from Life, absolute perfection. Gets the punish. That's Munchkin now dead.
Great bait and switch
Guys,
there.
this is a attacking or favored or defense favored map?
Make it go over towards this A site.
Sunset.
Things come out to worry about the player towards the left-hand side. Smoke comes down. One-way
Oh,
setup.
heavy one way. मजे आ गए, मजे आ गए.
Don't have those flashes anymore for Munchkin to try to open up this angle, so they just have to try to wait it out a little bit more, but now it's going to be the Cloudburst. They start rushing their way forward. Life is well in a position to try to go for this pinch. The drone moving forward, able to get the ping, Light Sword jiggling out,
Short.
And there's the shutdown.
The fuck, Lysor?
One player lost, just Ion dead. Otherwise, clean shots here from FPX as they get themselves on the board.
Yeah, holding a pretty similar angle to the eco round. Able to just shut Gen.G out of this one. Lysor, when FPX has needed him, he's come up huge so many times. He did it on Lotus previously. Finds a 3K for himself. He may not be lighting up the scoreboard.
Chalo, your favorite Hollywood actress paid. What do you mean by paid?
Show up.
Chalo, your favorite Hollywood actress.
Hang back for a little bit. Put up some good util. Let the rest of the team thrive. Show up again, another 3K. 0 point, just going to be noting one.
You can see this high tide just causes so much
paid
hesitation
actress
in Gen.G. They're not really wanting to do much. You know, worried about a potential push out, maybe a tiles crunch, things like that. Live.
Right here. Peeks out wide enough, but doesn't get punished for it.
Favorite Hollywood actress.
But that doesn't even mean too much. Given
यार
that could just end up anywhere else
बहुत
on the
टाइम
map.
पहले तक एंजेलिना जॉली थी लेकिन अब नहीं हुआ क्योंकि
keep the information out of Gen.G's hands.
अभी
Really
है
was where Life was, but that was a while ago. Drone maybe spotted out Lysor on the other side, but 4-player stack.
And cleared out entry coming through. Trapwire right here at Texture's feet. Clears that out. Doesn't want to get revealed. Goes up into the cyber cage. Autumn just on the opposite side here. Cloudburst going to be coming through. Flash is going to be good. Life can't drag that across though. Managed to find one, but Ion and Autumn getting kills as well. 2 players now left here from Gen.G. Karen able to find the headshot. Autumn going to be taken down. Still the man advantage very much here for the side of FPX. Sees no connection, just a fragment here for the post-plant util. Karen, a couple TPs to try to get himself out of a bad spot, but he doesn't do it fast. Munchkin's going to be taken down, so now that fragment does not matter. Karen holding here at main. Wall comes up. Seen incredible scenes from the likes of Mindfreak in this very position, but he doesn't have the angle at the moment to try to spray him off of this defuse. The push-up, he gets 2, but the defuse is going to be held. Karen, maybe an ace in a loss if he were to swing out, but with 5 HP, he needs to hold on to the weapon, and he does. FPX will get themselves now tied up at 2-2.
It's so tricky.
भाई बॉलीवुड में तो exclamation mark GF
Not
वो
just
ही
because of the smokes, but because of the Yoru as
हॉलीवुड
well.
में कोई
Reading the
नॉर्मल
positioning, the repositioning of Texture very nicely. Win out in mid for Ayong. Ayong again, besting Munchkin. I mean, Karon, he's still dialed in. He's still snappy. But he needs a little bit of help. It's so tough to get that high tide. This time, a little bit different. Putting it deeper in to try to take control of B main. Disrespect him, try to push ahead of it. See if he can maybe catch somebody on top of that cam, trying to look over the top of it. Let's see the edge there of Autumn. Autumn gonna have to remove that dart.
Dart removed, camera cleared. Drone spotting one. We know that there's another, given that the door gets tapped. Double presence confirmed in market, and it looks like Gen.G. They fancy those odds.
They're looking for this B hit. Gonna try to crunch through market. Was Texture detected?
Confidence to hai.
Nope, door's closed, so absolutely not.
Prowler though, that's gonna check for him, and that's gonna give it away. Now spotted, entry up over the top, looks for the shot. Paranoia timing is gonna be good. Autumn taken down with life with that outlaw, able to find Karon at the same time. Over here from Berlin, swinging around. Left-hand side here of the side pillar. As looks for the shot. Texture going to be taken down to 45, but the kill is going to be found out. Neural theft invested from Meteor. It's the ping reveal.
Left.
Spotting them all out. Life nearly taken down.
Cutting through.
13 health remaining. Sets up for that gate crash. Munchkin wanting to push, nearly gets the catch timing as Lysor sends out the paranoia. Crashes across multiple. There's no one there to really capitalize on that. Blinds come through. Meteor holding a wide angle. Lysor looks for it, can't quite find it. Meteor able to find it. Texture gets himself a third. There's nothing more that Life can realistically do here. Just looks for any kind of exit frags that he can potentially get. Now the double shot sent. Has to go over to the classic. Looks for the right click, but it's going to be Texture who takes him down. 4K here from Gen.G's Jet as they will retake the lead.
And I love the way
Parash bhai रहने दो भाई.
Uses the information
यहाँ पे official watch party चल रही है आपको.
They take control of mid.
लेने की पड़ी है.
Okay, they get the paranoia to set up Texture on the entry. Then they're going to get the neural theft. They dodge the nightfall. Everything is under their control. They know where FPX is at almost all times.
Mia Malko Vayadani Daniels.
And it's a great read from Gen.G, understanding the tendencies of this FPX squad. They're able to take so much space. I love the way that Meteor challenges B main there off that high tide. Uses his camera so we can look up and over a little bit down into it. And Autumn just kind of sticks around to get some info and has to back off. That opens up just enough space that Gen.G says we can now make this B crunch hit. Let's lock and load. Timeout for FPX as they have to consider.
भाई आप कल टीम उन लोगों को कैरी क्यों नहीं कर पाए वालों का?
Falter a little bit in some of these rounds. Gonna have enough money here.
अकेला बंदा क्या-क्या कर सकता है?
Some half armors, some rifles.
ऐसे तो आप बोलो कि कल आसपास लेविएटान को कैरी क्यों नहीं कर पाया? For the victory. क्या करे बेचारा यार?
Going to come out of this timeout with that dimensional drift, so fearsome in Life's hands.
Difference नहीं है मेरे और आसपास में कुछ. उसने कल 30 मारे, मैंने कल 30 मारे.
Deep somewhere behind enemy lines. And then he'll dimensional drift and stop in that smoke and then flash you from behind. Things like that that are really difficult for teams to handle in the heat of the moment.
Well, he does have it. Had it in the previous round, but no real opportunity to try to utilize it. Let's see if it comes into play here, as we do have buys across the board for the side of FPX. It's all going to be reinforced with just half armors, though.
Only the Prowler. Exchange for the 0 point. Orb grabbed. Here we go.
Ball command going to be coming through. Ayong just looking for a timing swing out of the smoke, and Munchkin is able to take the Fade's head off. Flash coming through. Lightsword playing decent anti-flash there, but Munchkin finds another one on the entry onto the side proper.
What a timing to get out, bro.
Kills their life. Creeping his way forward. Lakia watching, waiting for this lurk. Berlin getting ready to swing around the backhand side. They're reading this beautifully. The fake out. Meteor, what is that shot? Just putting him down. Well, Berlin will get himself on the board, finding the kill here on the lock here, but there's nothing more that he can do. The rest of his team,
Berlin ka.
6 feet under. Gen.G looking to move up now 4-2. Texture, however, looking for this kill. Waiting for Berlin to come creeping back in. He does so. Weapon not going to be retained.
It's huge. Gen.G able to find some confidence, find their groove. And I don't mind at all what FPX does at the beginning of this round. I mean, Munchkin just hits a better shot. Ayang kind of expecting someone to push out of that smoke, but just can't get his aim stabilized. Lysor able to dodge the paranoia, can't get the advantage in that fight. And then Gen.G starts swinging, able to get ahead of that fake out, take out Life, just shut that round down. Now Gen.G going back to kind of their default 3-2 spread, a push out for FPX.
Texture finding Life, looking for Berlin, but Berlin with a Marshall shot will be able to play off that setup damage. Kill comes through. Drone spotting one as Lysor cuts his way over towards tiles. The paranoia as well, but now coming in. Pivot over to the side. Munchkin gonna be good for one. Autumn able to find him, finds himself a second, and now Spike is gonna be dropped. That's 2v2. Weapons potentially able to be recovered. It's Karon not going for the shots there. Ends up backing away. He does have his ult in play though, so while we have Meteor lurking forward, getting himself over into Boba, TP's just gonna come through to pick this up. Covered. Objective now in their hands. Meteor creeping down into market. Finds the first, suspects the second. Sets up the cyber cages on either side, but Ayang continues to push forward. Trapwire, however, finds him. The jig is up. And now he is crunched between these two players, the Gen.G.
Yeah, this is so tough for Ayang. Just trying to figure out exactly where they went. The haunt, but
come through. Meteor takes him a little while, nearly loses his life. Finds the kills all the same.
कभी-कभी इतना slow हो जाना ना.
Continuing onward, now up by 3.
It's just beautiful. I mean, I like the attempt here from the side of FPX, but Gen.G just has the weaponry advantage, frankly. I mean, FPX plays this nicely. They're expecting that flash from Munchkin. He steps out, and there's 3 players watching him with those classics. And the Marshall able to shut them down.
The thing is, I have no point of reference. I have no idea what that was.
That was just
अरे क्योंकि
calm down.
भाई
I don't know.
अंधे हैं क्या ये
commentators
कह रहा हूँ वो हगा वहाँ पे अपना shot.
Looking for the shots. Hunter's Fury, second one, not able to get that connection. Life survives, 45 HP. After a bit of a pacey start, it looks like we will just slow things down a bit more here.
Going for that.
Like to करे, like.
Still though, not a bad start for FPX. Keep the numbers even.
Shallow shock dart, not going to be finding much there. Is Meteor catching Berlin over by tiles. Lakia revealed, and Autumn just creeps forward, finds the kill for free. Lakia just very much caught off guard by that. Because of that pick that sends him rotating all the way back across. Meteor going to be noted. Sees Ayang though. Doesn't get punished by it. Is looking for the C's. He manages to avoid it. Push out of the dimensional drift. Life gets the headshot. 5 HP remaining on him, but still damage dealt, giving his team a solid advantage. But Texture, here's the TP, and he's in a deep enough position to get the punish. Takes him down 0 point. Not going to be catching anybody, but now Ult going to be invested. Here's a Reckoning comes through. Munchkin going to be stunned up, tries to get himself in behind the box. Texture has to pull off the angle, can't continue to defend. Munchkin cannot find any value. It's all on Texture, and he will get none of it. Ayang claims the last 2. And FPX not going to allow for Gen.G to get too far ahead.
Yeah, and this is
Bro, ये मेरे को defense map नहीं
so
लगता. ये मुझे balanced map लगता है, like attacker defense दोनों.
If that high tide comes out, what they're going to do
हाँ
on
ना
the back
guys.
of it. This trap wire, maybe just a little bit deeper than previously set up is my suspicion there. Why it caught Locky off
नहीं
guard.
actually defense map है.
Maybe just unconsidered. But that Reckoning so impactful on a site like A.
Actually defense है.
So much space that it can clear for you and make it so difficult to get yourself set up in those post plants, especially if you don't really have much in the way of mollies to work with. And you've got a 4-man stack here, a fast push. The blades are out for Texture. He's up and over.
Up and over, but cannot find the kill. It's a little bit of damage there from the friendly fragment. Karon gonna fall in the meantime. Ayang able to find that one. The reveal coming through. Munchkin able to find Lysor. Does strike him down. Life creeping around the back. Texture reading it, but snappy with the readjustment is Life. Finds him. Munchkin caught off guard from the flank. Berlin comes away with that kill. Now Lakia, pressure on all angles. Only is able to find the one. Autumn takes him down. Now it's all on Meteor. Still working his way over towards the site. The haunt into elbow, revealing nothing. The cyber cage there on the setup to push forward. The defuse held to half. Flash coming through. He finds the shot. He tucks back. Swing out, and Meteor cannot make it happen. Close but no cigar. Ayang brings them now within 1 round of tying things up.
I mean, Meteor doing his darndest.
The fuck?
Absolutely phenomenal stuff here from FPX again. They're doing
भाई
a great
Pearl map
job
कब आ रहा है?
getting
Pearl
these
map
retakes to
अगले
go
act
now.
में भी नहीं आ रहा यार.
So difficult on Lotus.
I don't understand.
A lot easier for them this time around, and it helps when Life's hitting shots
Pearl
like
तो
that.
क्यों नहीं लेके आ रहे वो?
Absolutely ridiculous. Berlin finds a great time to swing. Take out Munchkin
मैं
behind
जो
Jen.
हेवन आ रहा है अच्छी बात है.
Able to isolate
एक
some of these
नया
lines
मैप
there
आ
at
रहा है.
FPX.
ठीक है.
Able to
पता नहीं
keep
कैसा ही
Gen.G
होगा.
guessing where they're going to be
But
coming from. Now you've got the op for Life towards mid.
split को फिर से लेके जा रहे हैं वापस.
By Gen.G, the smoke to try to cover it, but Life just steps ahead of it.
Oh, a rare miss. Life unable to find the shot, but does get himself out
Oh,
to safety
do they
with a
know?
gate crash.
गया.
Now looks a re-peek over by Market, and he will be able to get his target this time around, but not before Berlin
Haglo,
does fall.
Haglo live भाई.
1 for 1 thus far. Meteor waiting to see if anyone comes creeping forward, sends out the cage, and oh, the spray across Autumn just catches him. How does he keep doing it?
गलत टाइमिंग हुई. गलत टाइमिंग.
Phenomenal game sense. Just absolutely understands what his opponents are trying to do and when. So beautifully.
Munchkin.
Wow.
Nicer pulls off that angle for just a brief moment, gives Munchkin time to try to line things up, and now Ayang here finds one. Nightfall at the ready, sends it. Will get the catch, I do believe, at least up to 1, but now he's going to be taking down the haunt, going to be cleared out. Life arrives on the side, headshot found, Munchkin dead. It's all on Karen in the 1v2. Can't hear a damn thing. He's got his TPs at the ready. Where they're at. Sound now back for him, but how do you try to isolate? Angle just being watched as Life creeps forward, leading the charge. Smoke now going to be coming through. Life swing around the back, the off shot, not connecting. Karen finds a headshot. Pivots back over. The cyber cage in play, and Autumn good to close it
Nice
out.
try.
The fuse will come in. We're
Nice try,
tied
Karen.
5-5.
Unbelievable
Karen.
game sense from Autumn. Just using that cyber cage to perfection. A little bit of an interesting change up here where they
क्या game sense भाई? Low था 1 HP था वो.
the op towards Link, and then the Cypher is going to be the one that pushes in towards Jen. Life tries to fool Karon a little bit by being the one to push up, letting Autumn hold the other side. Karon's able to get the better of him. Just a few missed shots for Life. Otherwise, this would have been a lot easier for FPX, to be honest. And that's going to bring out a timeout for Gen.G.
Life still maybe a little frustrated at the opening shot whiff. But yes, timeout called here from Gen.G. As both teams collect 5-round wins for themselves. Ult advantage very much here for the side of FPX at Dimensional Drift back.
ये live भाई इतना overreact काहे करते हैं?
As well. And that from the shadows.
That gives you so much ability to control the information game.
Ops
I
NHK
mean,
बहुत miss
we've
कर
seen
रहा है
that
भाई.
they've been disciplined with that dimensional drift. They haven't done any, fast trickery with it. Tried to use it off
भाई
the rip.
है ना
Try to
actually
create
ना
some disruption. Maybe
guys
that's
1
what
साल
they're gonna
होने
go
को है
for.
ना
Here, you can
Pearl
use that
गायब है,
first,
Fracture
wait
गायब
that
है,
out,
Heaven
try to
गायब
get as
है.
much value out of it
भाई
as
मुझे
you
लग रहा
can,
था बहनचोद
and
कि
then go
अभी
for the
तक
neural theft after.
कितने साल हो गए भाई ये
Munchkin
मैप
does
खेले
have
हुए.
his ult, though. Does
ना
have the null
Fracture
command.
आया, ना Pearl आया,
So there's maybe a
ना
world where
Heaven.
he can sort of outguess FPX and kind of take those ults away from them long enough to get a plant down, get into those post-plant setups, maybe finally come through. But FPX doing such a good job with these timings, keeping it so uncomfortable for Gen.G, not allowing them any breathing room once they get to a site. They're constantly swinging at them right after the plant comes down and making it so difficult.
Oh.
Cage set up over towards Market. Thrown over the top, Lakia looking to see if there's any forward presence here. Nothing spotted though. Sherlin just, fully blinded up, but still comes away with one. Munchkin, however, is going to be resible, obviously, with the ult rolling, so they can bring him back into the fight. Karen is already on it. There's still 5 members strong. But Autumn just banging through the box, takes out Texture. Lakia, at the same time, however, does find Lysort, and that opens up the B site. Dimensional Drift, Lakia noted. Comes out of this one, has the off, and Light gets the shot. Meteor gonna be dead. Lakia and Munchkin both gonna be taken down, and now it is on Karen once more. This time has full HP, but the narrow back comes through. Go ahead and confirm his position.
वो लाइफ को देखो फिर से पीछे आ गया.
Gets the shot. FPX get the lead.
जो ते टीपी अपना बीमेन पे ही छोड़ रखा था.
Switch here by LITE.
बीमेन के बाद
uses the dimensional drift, throws the fake out, then
दिमाग
TPs
है.
the hell out of there, and lets Ayong swing in and take two.
भाई क्या दिमाग था ये. एक मारा, टीपी करा, पीछे से उसका एक बंदा आया, उसने एक मारा, दो मारे आयान ने.
That is so good. Karon stuck in a bad position.
By heavy gameplay, heavy gameplay. Totally
good
impressed.
opportunity to make it difficult for your opponents. But with that flank angle taken, they're able to come through. Meteor does have his neural theft. Op still in the hands of LITE. There's big ults invested. Can Gen.G swing this back to a 6-6? After such a good start to this half, FPX has been
actually
absolutely feeling themselves.
Breeze तो map delete ही कर देना चाहिए.
A little bit of a cascade texture. I'm gonna try to work past it. Door closed.
Breeze जैसे map को delete कर देना चाहिए. Breeze और
maybe gonna try to contest
mid here. Sunset भी पसंद है.
See if they can find some space, find some value.
Breaking onto the door, Paranoia for the entry here over towards Bulba. Paranoia in the meantime able to find one. Reveal now going to be coming down and instantly kills found across the board. Stopped. Life also eliminated. His texture. Maybe getting ready to do battle. Getting the read here. The rotation through defender spawn. TP forward, that will be heard, and Ayong will get caught. Hunter's Fury even getting committed there last round. Why the hell not? 6-6. We are tied up at the half.
6-6.
Been the match that keeps on giving.
Gen.G favored लग रहा है मुझे. Gen.G निकाल लेगी.
Finding the open space in mid, and able to punish it. Just catching Autumn in his cam. Not expecting that push through there that quickly. And then Gen.G just flooding together, playing off of each other. Texture waits in the back and takes him down. All right.
Very solid round to go ahead and close things out. Tied up at 6-6, but let's go ahead and take a look at life in our Omen player moment.
Hello， 大家好，我是 FPX Life， 感受非常开心，能够在家乡门口赢下世界赛首胜。其实内心有点小小的紧张，因为毕竟在就是自家门口打比赛，输了就很难看嘛，对不对？对，还是扛住了压力，对，然后主要是对没有辜负的那种感觉，在内心是和对方的 C-Net 是对位的，然后但是他选的是截锋，我选的是一个木蝶的，就是会害怕自己就是对位不过他，但是后面心态转变过来之后，就其实还好了很多，对，就
confidence देखो कितना है，
像平常比赛一样就轻松了很多。
This is where they kind of get in trouble sometimes when they go a little bit too aggressive, but this time it might be the key to their success. LITE are in a 1v2 down to 1v1, lands the shots.
如果我们能够就是进入到8强、4强，以及对，就是会对我个人是真的意义很大，包括对我们整个 FPX 意义很大，因为就是那种努力了很久，终于能够得到回报那种感觉，所以说还是蛮期待。我个人不是喜欢说
top 8 top 4
就是不切实际或者说说大话的人，但是我只想说我们虽然说比其他赛区晚起步很久，但是我们的学习能力以及成长能力是大家能看到的，所以说我们会成长的让你们可怕。
ठीक है
Not wanting to lose here on home soil. Was able to find the victory just yesterday. Now FPX
ठीक है,
समझ गया. Second one. 6-6 at the half. Both teams looking fairly inseparable, but it was a solid run back from FPX after a bit of a shaky start to the map. We'll see how they fare now, though, as they swap sides. Move on to the attack.
Yeah, and this is where things get really interesting for this FPX comp. The way that they're going to use those high tides, the way that they're going to try to get
हम इन स्टेज पर जाके हिंदी क्यों नहीं बोलते? हमारे बंदे को बेंचो दो शब्द इंग्लिश के आए नहीं बेंचो
out with that 0 point. FPX wise to it, dodges it. Now Gen.G thinking about making a mid push. Isoar out here, that's a lot of damage.
क्योंकि कोई ट्रांसलेटर ही नहीं मिलता ना हिंदी टू इंग्लिश, रखते ही ना है वो हिंदी टू इंग्लिश ट्रांसलेटर, इसलिए
Himself out the safety now rotates around here to the front of B. Grab the orb, Life just wanted to try to build up for this dimensional drift as quickly as he can. Sneak up into the smoke, but does he suspect this corner?
Oh my.
Certainly has to. Texture just going to be repositioning. Oh,
oops.
Yeah. Misfire on that jump, has to send out the shot to try to disguise it, but should be very well aware of what his position is going to be. And in fact, they are pinging it out now. Wall going to be coming through. Munchkin playing here on the side as well, but Meteor lurking up the top, able to find the catch on the life. There's the reveal, the bang through, and the ping comes across, and Munchkin going to be able to find himself 3. Flawless pistol win here for Gen.G, scooping up both on Sunset.
Yeah, even though
defense
a little bit of a misclick there from Texture, still able to get into good positions are the rest of Gen.G. Kind of suspecting that there was going to be the wrap through mid. Meteor catches Life. Again, trying to get deep in enemy lines. That's something Life loves to do. Usually he's going to do it off the utility of the Yoru, but this time around just went for a walkabout and got caught. And the rest of Gen.G there able to get the spot in the market, start knocking him down. Munchkin clean with the ghost. The high tide to take some mid control. Gonna send out the gate crash towards tiles. Everybody from FPX
Heavy
here.
Political बातें हो रही है.
As Gen.G scoops up an orb for themselves, and they're anticipating that there could be some pressure through top mid, but off that high tide, no contact, so FPX decides to back off, showing different look to Gen.G. Through some attention.
Nothing spotted, but Texture getting ready to
Marega
intercept.
bhai,
A bit of pressure, swing onto the corner. There's the first one. Does he repeat? Of course he does. Looks for that flick, unable to find it. Has to pull back here at elbow. Now the dash taken away from him. Makes him a lot more vulnerable. Getting corralled upon here. Sends out that shot, just trying to stave them off, and it looks like FPX will start to back away. Dink through here from Berlin on a Munchkin, takes him low, but himself now eating quite a bit of damage. Meteor spams across into the high tide, managing to find that second kill.
Down, mid.
And now it is all on Life. Texture here on the hunt. Spots him, no scopes him.
कहाँ देख रहे हो Live बेटा?
Gen.G will move up by 2.
Yeah, just good control from Gen.G. Not giving up much. And even though FPX tries a little bit of trickery off that
भाई देख रहे हो तुम guys?
Texture good enough with the Marshal that it doesn't make too big of a difference. They're able to just
they don't
very nicely with those ghosts.
bonus कुछ नहीं खेलते ये.
A couple Guardians, 3
क्या
rifles.
छुपाई कर लिया इन्होंने Gen.G ने.
Coming into this bonus round, looking for some early B main control.
घंटा bonus, they fucking
by
bought.
himself though, expecting an A hit. Our 3 members of Gen.G, so just waiting this out. Our FPX though, Haunt to try to clear mid. Autumn setting up the trap wire.Got cleared though, or did he pull it back?
Thinking about it. Just wanted to maybe
well, that now उसने ऑडियो की दी कि उसने वायर लगाई, उसने शॉक डार्ट मारा, उसने वापस ऑडियो की दी वायर लगाई. Oh my God.
So much faith and Texture.
दिमाग
hold
तो
down this
है.
angle by himself. So worried about those mid pushes.
Probably going to have to be cleared. High tide does come up. Paranoia at the ready here from Karon. Sends it straight up the lane. He's going to get the catch here on the 2. Does send that one through. Quick TP out. This Recon also connects. Pings cannot be found.
But this is what makes FPX so good. They bait out the Paranoia there. Using that gate crash to fall back. Make sure that there's no damage taken from it. And now they're going to reaggress.
Yep. Ready. Waiting with the shock dart. Does send that one through. Looks like damage not going to be caught though.
देखा?
But able to avoid that.
30 seconds left.
Wall comes through. High technically available here. Set that one up, but Lockett trying to hold the line. Gets a little bit of damage across. Catches that fake out, but also catches Berlin. Kill found. Push forward, coming in. Dash over. Texture. It's an upon, but so it's Lockett.
Oh my God.
The cleanup is there. Ion continuing to just deliver here on this map. But now it's a 2v3. Life going to be taken down. Meteor able to just go ahead and finish it off. They can't get those spike quite just yet. The C's locks them in place. But ultimately, they can go ahead, upgrade some of these Guardians.
The diffuse will come through, and that's going to be
Gen.G converting a bonus.
अकेले बंदे को सारी ट्रिक रहने
That's
तो.
huge for Gen.G. Lakia playing his life so well
Smoker
there.
मर गया था
Him
इनका.
and Texture just buying all the time in the world. Even though the shots aren't the cleanest, they're able to step back, use that dash as well. Ion does end up getting the double. By that point, the reinforcements have arrived. And Meteor, phenomenal with the Guardian.
कितने कंट्रोलर खेल रहे हैं ये मैंने देखा नहीं.
Guardians.
FPX वाले.
You have another timeout here from FPX, wanting to readdress how they're going to attack this map. But from what I'm seeing, Gen.G has a pretty decent idea on how they want to approach this. Yes, they do give a little bit of utility over to some of that.
पड़वा इंडिया में
trickery with
150
the
करोड़
Harvard
जनता है, इन्हें
smokes,
5
but
बंदे नहीं मिल रहे.
They're patient with the rest of it. They're just kind of playing fallback, not trying to get caught by any of the FPX utility, making sure that they're buying time for those rotations to come through so far.
बोफड़ी के Gen.G को सपोर्ट करना हौले 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 हौले.
Maybe a bit of that wind taken out of FPX's sails. One of the things you do have to consider when you come into these series, FPX, yes, been playing a lot in the regular season, been playing extensive
Gen.G
sets
को ही
here
तो कर रहा
in
हूँ
China.
हौले.
The international stage, completely different ball game. They finally got over the hurdle of that first match victory, but do they have the stamina to be able to make it through this best of 3 here versus Gen.G? They have plenty of experience in their own right after Madrid. FPX now needing to prove that they can also punch back when they're down.
Yeah, they're going up against the team that has shown time and time
बोर्ड
again
पर
that
लव यू
they
फाटू
don't give up
लिखे
until the very end
लिए है
this
वहाँ
year.
देखो.
So
किधर?
they have their work cut out for them, that's for sure.
कौन से बोर्ड पे
They can
भाई?
get it done. The Outlaw going to be invested in for Gen.G, knowing the economic situation again. It's going to be half armors for FPX. They try to take advantage of that. Neural theft as well. In Meteor's back pocket, they can find one of those kills. It's going to be a mid push. Start this round. Haunt into the mid push. Last time they backed off of this. Let's see if they're going to commit all the way to top mid or try to make a swing into market.
Rocket wanting to grab the orb.
ट्रिप तो है ही नो. भाई ये कितना हरामी है ऑटम भाई. पैंची यही करे जा रहा है, इतना ट्रिप खेल रहा है.
Over on the market, nicely timed flash as well. Buys Munchkin some space. Lockheed able to pull back fast enough after taking down Life to avoid getting caught by Berlin. It's just going to be an early advantage here as Texture set up on the hard line. Outlaw in hand. Autumn goes down. Drone spotting out on the Ion. It's that dart across as well. As Berlin continues to inch forward, but able to find Munchkin.
He's insane, dude.
He's absolutely been on fire here in this map, and Lockheed spotting out too. Tries to back away, tries to get himself over here onto the side, but they are just continuing to spam through the box. They shoot him down to 13 HP. Clear out on the recon out. Karen under the catch. Berlin going to be taken down. The spike going to be spotted. Is grabbed up. Ion able to back away with this one. Now the pinch getting ready to come through. Lysor on the flank, but Karen seemingly being suspicious about this, having a bit of a read on it. Can he get the shot? He cannot. Lysor does take him down, but he gets himself down to 5 HP. Meteor still holding here on the side. Tucked away now into the storm. Does this end up working against them? The push out, the lineup, and Meteor will take them both down. Gen.G move up to 10.
The mental awareness there from Meteor to understand that he would be sticking out of that smoke if he kept looking
उसी के लिए स्मोक कर दिया.
the other way, and he turns himself just enough to hide, waits for them to come through. Brilliant stuff here. I mean, FPX all the way into the spawn of Gen.G on this round. Finding some good value in some of these 1v1s, but then FPX starts winning them, and Gen.G has to kind of freeze things, make sure they don't give up any more free kills, get the info. Oh, the poor guy. Oh, don't do that to him.
Oh, we did have a replay in Pacific where it was just Meteor coughing for about 10 seconds, so.
Little callback.
GG है भाई, Gen.G ले गई भाई ये.
And again, this mid push
6-6 half में ही पता लग गया था.
Try to buy some space, hoping that somebody from Gen.G was going to try to challenge. They could get the numbers advantage with these sheriffs. Another cascade over towards market, and Life's going to try to see if he can get something going.
Everybody is back to whatever they were doing. Yeah. वोट दिया क्या फटू भाई? यार मैं जा नहीं पाया यार. डर रहा भाई. रिडल हो जाए. पूछो. डंकी पूछना कोई बकचोदी वाली नहीं.
Just keeping the pace slow. Is FPX hoping that somebody oversteps Lockheed. Not taking any damage of that exchange. Backs out. It's going to keep him honest. That recon dart. Look at that trap wire. How low can you go?
One. Cove coming through. There's a reveal, and Lockheed is able to break the Cove, find the headshot. Toggle onto the cam for the dart reveal. Not found, but Ion out wide. Does take out Meteor. The wild spray not delivering the elimination that he was looking for. Haunt gets cleared. Lockheed covers that market approach. Kill found. Karen steadies the aim. Autumn gets taken down. Now it's all on Lysor to see what kind of damage he can deal. The answer is going to be none. Munchkin will fell him, and that's going to be now 11 rounds. Gen.G just 2 away from extending
उधर 5000 इधर 500 समीजी शेट आपके जैसे 5000 है तो 500 ही अच्छे हैं मेरे लिए.
No options for FPX that look good. They're not able to get some of those swing out, some of that aggressive play that Foot was attempting against them. Gen.G, very disciplined so far.
Mamba bhai, aap kab se bajne lag gaye?
They haven't been showing any pressure off the rip towards mid. Trying to see if maybe they can catch FPX a little bit off guard. You do have Iong's Nightfall as well. Texture going on a little bit of lurk about with Karon to back him up. Right in the middle.
Look across for the one-way. Berlin,
wow,
not quite ready for it. Karon comes away with the kill, gets himself out. Tap on the door. Munchkin waiting here, looking to try to play around this one-way setup being taken. Well aware that there's multiple players now in this position. The Hunter's Sphere going to be opened up. Lakia looking, finding.
Just saying.
Take it down, LITE, swing onto the corner, is able to find Texture, takes him out, sprays away blind! And Munchkin goes down.
What the heck?
Now the Dimensional Drift comes into play. His Meteor peeking forward, but doesn't know where they're at, doesn't know where this Yoru is going to end up. It's going to be right here on the site. He swings out LITE. Looking for the fourth, cannot make it happen. Lakia keeps it even at a 2v2. The double approach, the TP across. Checks the top of box, wants to, sees nothing. Right at the feet of Iong. Takes him down to 50 HP. Karon has the finisher. The alley-oop is there. Can't drag across, however. Swoops in, recovers the up. Will get the fuse, and Gen.G will get themselves up to map point.
Well, are we going to have two crazy comebacks in a row? It's starting to feel that Gen.G has really done their homework. But this round, LITE trying to take matters into his own hands. That is unbelievable.
Right before the bloom.
Yeah, just saw him in time. And a huge win for Lakia there. It felt like LITE was maybe going to ace the round. Lakia was able to get the better of him, and now Texture's having fun. Now that's the scariest thing when you're going against Gen.G is when Texture is cackling.
पर भाई आप कब आ रहे हो ये बताओ? कहाँ पॉडकास्ट? मामा भाई कभी भी बुलाओ यार. अगर कर रहे हो तो फिर बना ही लो ना एक सेटअप पॉडकास्ट वाला. महफिल बैठाओ, जो खोलो एक जेडी जूडी. डरते हैं आप भी करेंगे साथ.
Love the one and done. Just challenging this space in mid that FPX seems so eager to try to take for themselves. They're just going to fall back, rotate around. Only the Cypher utility on A. Feel so comfortable that they can rotate in time. A little bit of exchange of util. Yeah, you get some information here. Texture.
Gets a spot out. Texture now in position. Sees where that wall begins. Sees a
shoulder. तो है बंदे कम हो गए.
Spray across, but Berlin return fire. Able to find Lakia. Iong gets Munchkin. You're now creeping up. Paranoia to try to slow up the approach. Another Cyber Cage coming through. Exactly. There's the reveal.
Oh, boy. Heavy backup. Heavy backup.
It's all on Texture to try to clutch this one out. The man advantage off the rip. Not really being much. Reloads the Phantom. The double push. The high-low is set up. And FPX will finally get themselves an attack.
भाई पहला राउंड आया है. हाफ के बाद.
If they want to take this to overtime.
Being a lot more patient are FPX.
Online podcast on top.
We're just waiting for those swings. Use this high tide. Take some space. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh, Iong. Nuh-uh.
Absolutely ridiculous. This time, it wasn't like life in the previous round. He didn't see him before the flash popped. He just blind shot and manages to catch him with the strike. 4 ults, though, to try to work through here.
Standing ahead.
For FPX. It's Gen.G. Multiple attempts to try to close this map out.
Yeah, just a little bit of the early info battle.
On my mark.
भाई कोई भी खेलता है ना इधर
FPX
में ड्यूलर्स हर एक मैप में अलग-अलग.
each other out. Texture now with that op so aggressive on this angle. To catch Autumn, but Autumn just holding his ground.
बट मेरे को ना अच्छा एम बताओ किसका लगता है? आयान. आय.
Catches a glimpse.
अच्छा है. लाइसर भी मारता है रे कभी-कभार.
Another early advantage here for the side of Gen.G. Squandered it in the previous round. See if FPX can force those errors once again. Or if this will be where Sunset comes to an end.
Done, buddy. Mamba, see you.
Clear out on the cam. Has the reveal. Goes for the shot. Swings it a little bit wider. Repeaks it.
नहीं भाई ये होता है ego peak bench show.
Find one. Now the double face here in mid. Texture splitting the difference. Sends it whizzing right between the two.
Try to push through tiles. Just check. Nope. Okay. Over towards A. Karon Immediately backing out, hearing these footsteps coming, trying to reposition. Texture's gonna hold the link angle.
Meteor still stagnant. Paranoia to try to slow him up now. The smoke is well invested. Cove coming through. Texture anticipating this flanking from behind. Relies on Munchkin. It ends up hitting the fake out alive. Ends up hit 2 shots. 2 quick kills. Spots out Charon. But he finds the kill. They're running out of time.
No way.
Needing to get the ace. 21 HP. There's the reveal. The cyber cage thrown up. He needs to get the spike. He needs to get the plant. Just enough time. The reveal. He's playing for the ace. He's playing for the win, but he cannot find it. Meteor just slows it down. And that will bring the map to the conclusion.
Oh, patch your attitude.
On the horizon.
Like, doesn't give a fuck.
Don't go anywhere.
Easy. Attitude देखा.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
भाई हमारे प्लेयर एकदम टेंस हो जाते हैं. कभी हमारे लॉन्डो को देखा है ऐसे स्टेजेस पे खेलते हुए, लैंड पे खेलते हुए एकदम टेंस. यहाँ पे देखो एंजॉयमेंट नेक्स्ट लेवल. तभी तो काम कंपोज्ड कमबैक्स और ये बकचोदी होती है. Whoa, 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 whoa.
When you're relentless, okay, we got this. You can achieve anything. Reach
These guys are enjoying. That's what. Even on LAN, even on that big stage, bro. That's the kind of positive attitude we should have. But our players are so fucking tense कि उनको tense ही मार देती है भाई. उनसे फिर गेमिंग नहीं होती. अगर मैं वैलो की फर्स्ट परचेज कर रहा हूँ, so tell me new BP is worth it or not. न्यू बैटल पास मैंने देखा नहीं, देखना पड़ेगा. नेमजीत पॉल खेलेंगे भाई, खेलेंगे मेरी जान खेलेंगे. ऑटम भाई सिर्फ शॉक डार्ट बेट कर पाए पूरा सेकंड हाफ. ना ना वो बस वही कर रहा था, ट्रिप पर डालो और निकालो. भाई टीम हेरेटिक्स वर्सेस G2 देखना है या फिर वही करूं, एक गेम खेल के चटकूं और रात को चिलिंग्स. देखो देखो फुल कैम. क्या फुल कैम? वो मेरा चलेगा ना भाई. 30 सेकंड में क्यूटी आएगी, फिर तुम बोलोगे बहन सिक्योरिटी दिखाओ. अगर कोई इंसान जिम इक्विपमेंट यूज करके वही रख दे तो उसे क्या बोलेंगे? जिम इक्विपमेंट यूज करके वहीं रख दे तो उसे क्या बोलेंगे? क्या बोलेंगे? ऑनेस्ट का है. सिंपल आंसर ऑनेस्ट का है, और क्या. लव यू यार सौम्य भाई. एक मैप देखो अच्छा लग रहा है तो देखो वरना बंद कर देना. हाँ ना. अभी देखो, अभी देखो क्या स्पैम करेंगे पोस्टडी वाले चाचा.
after that hard-fought OT loss.
क्या मटाऊँ ना लो अभी क्या मटाया देखो ना पैच
strong on this map. I think in particular the amount of map control they were getting on their attacking side was honestly ridiculous. Meteor as an individual on that
Turkey
every round seemingly he was getting value on these lurks, constantly pushing up and causing trouble for the side of FPX.
गैर जिम्मेदार बहुत गंदा था बहुत ही गंदा था आशुतोष
Yeah, exactly. And not even initially. I also think that on that second half, knowing how FPX plays,
हाइट कैम पक्का मेरा कुछ नहीं है भाई मेरा कुछ नहीं है भाई
having a
Yeah.
lot of impact in the game.
Yeah you are right
find the adaptation to
भाई
kind
सब
of
कुछ
get
सही
things
बोल रही है
closer
दीदी
to
सब
that
कुछ
6-6
तुम्हारी
half
दीदी
after initially failing on their defense side. I think towards the
Bye,
end,
I
we saw
agree
a lot better stuff
100%.
from them, going
100%
proactive into
agree.
mid, doing a much better job of taking map control. But once
Well,
we got to
absolutely.
that second half,
Yeah.
it fell apart.
Yeah, exactly. And in some rounds, we just saw a bit of this coordination, right? And especially when we move on to that second half, after Gen.G get that pistol round, they do a very beautiful second round buy. But when we get into the bonus, we see an FPX that is back to not really having an idea, or maybe expecting Gen.G to do the same thing that they were doing in Lotus, being extra proactive and giving them something. But no, they just sit and wait for something that doesn't happen.
And if you look at their default, all of these players are postured towards that. You have the trip on B, and they briefly pressured mid. But other than that, they don't have a lot of map control. So just that one Cypher cam over towards B is providing all the info Gen.G need to lean really heavy onto this A side and invest a ton of util to stall FPX, which means by the time they're actually hitting into this side, they have very little time left. They're running out of options, and they're going to end up losing the rounds. And this is something we saw the last time they played on Sunset too. I think it's kind of a running problem for FPX on playing these defaults where if their opponent doesn't get proactive, they kind of fall out of options of what to do, and then are just banging their head into a stacked site and losing rounds.
But I really love how Astaire, Gen.G was being with their utility, right? We saw the Omen Paranoia, but the escalating is very good to make sure that they're going to have enough presence-wise and utility-wise when it comes to that retake.
Yeah, something, I mean, that literally won them the game as well, right? I mean, great stall at the end there, the Paranoia to prevent, and then after that, you know, you had Meteor who just was playing around with the cages, just letting Life, like, take his time to put that spike down. So overall, you could definitely see, like, just great use of not only their utility, but also just understanding, like, what their win conditions were.
Guys, PS5 हो जाए क्या?
Yeah, I think Gen.G,
Twitch पे आज रात
one
को?
of their strongest maps on the Sunset. They're really well
पर
coordinated.
वो खेलूंगा मैं,
I think the
God
way
of
that they're
War.
setting up their star in particular
क्या बोलते हो
with
guys?
this Sova and KO comp look
Twitch पे God of War हो जाए?
Oh yeah, Munchkin was unreal on
हाँ यार ना
MK.
जल्दी
I
बोलो.
really hope that they, you know, make no changes to the composition when we move on to Ascent and we keep seeing
God
him
of War
there. Because
वो खेलेंगे फिर
I
हम.
really think that it was a bait leaving that Sunset open because they had the
नई
tape on
नई
what
वाली जो आई है ना
FPX wanted
मैंने
to
तो
do exactly with this
Ragnarok
composition,
कंप्लीट
and
कर
they
दी थी
decided
Ragnarok
that
के
this
बाद
is a
उसका
map
एक
that
और
they
आया था ना.
wanted to go to.
Yeah, I think the way they were playing the attack, like we were talking about with that like heavy mid control ideas, taking a lot of space without investing a lot of that utility, was definitely a read into that very passive
Valhalla
style. So
God of War Valhalla खेलेंगे. ओ यार मैंने पिछली बारी God of War अपना ऑफ स्ट्रीम चेक करा था तो मुझे ना मेरे को लूना को बुलाना पड़ेगा एक्सएलआर को बुलाना पड़ेगा मेरे को ना साउंड नहीं आ रही थी PS5 की पता नहीं क्यों पर स्ट्रीम पे साउंड आ रही थी मैंने ऑफलाइन टेस्ट करा था PS5 तो वो चेक करना है मुझे एक बार फिर से
It's the FPX duality of man. I feel like when you watch them have a lights out half, like how they started last map, and then making some of the mistakes here, we need to see that strong FPX if they want to close this out.
Yeah, well, you know what? One of the players that was certainly, you know, surprising us all those.
सारा movement भूल गया भाई मैं.
High-speed moment of the map, excuse me,
PC में भी खेली.
was Ion with really just some smart plays, but also was
ये
really
smart
great
play था. Actually ये smart play
throughout
था.
the map, and then of course, you know, you had Life doing Life things, but it sets up Ion for some great plays like that.
Yeah, that bait play was sick with the Euro.
That was unreal. I think that everybody was losing their minds because there is no way that Karen expects Life to come where he's coming from. This is one of the things that you can do with the Euro, and if you're Life, you can do it with the operator of all weapons. So it's very sick to see, and I cannot wait to see what happens on Ascent.
And I just want to take this moment too to
Maxi
say, I think there's
caps
been
मत देखो
kind
Nightbot
of
height
this
देगा.
tendency of especially Western
Guys,
audiences
exclamation mark Twitch करो जिसने Twitch नहीं follow करा Twitch follow रात को God of War देखते हैं अगर sound आएगी तो.
especially at past events, but they play a unique style. But they
Ragnarok तो मैं complete कर चुका हूँ शुभम भाई.
Like this is not a bad team.
Ragnarok के बाद भी एक part आ चुका है ना, उसी का part आया Valhalla.
And it is really pushing Gen.G to the limit, which is that's tough to do.
Yeah, the bones of the team, right?
What about
solid.
Scream
Like
Halo?
pretty much exactly what you want to see as you're midway through the season, and you want to start to see, of course, the China region start to build up a little bit more. It's not just EDG now. FPX also showing that they can compete at this level as well.
Wins at this level,
Bro, that game is also good.
And right now, this is a big test for this FPX lineup, because for Gen.G, they've been here before. They know what it's like to play in these high pressure map 3 situations when a lot is on the line to move on in this competition. Granted, FPX, they'll still very much be in it, but for Gen.G, you have to be feeling a little good about the squad going into map 3, right? Because that was 13-7, not the most comfortable, but if you were looking at the matchup, Gen.G is definitely vibing a little bit here.
Oh yeah, exactly. And I think that the momentum was not there after that first map. We're going to see the composition with the Yoru, the Omen, and I think that is going to be very interesting to see from the attack side.
Yeah, I think that the kind of biggest trade-offs with this composition is running that solo initiator. Means if you're combining utility on your XX, it has to be that Yoru flash in with that fade utility. But it does set you up for some really cool stuff, like comboing the sound deafening with those Yoru TPs. FPX have a lot of cool set plays with this comp.
Yeah, exactly. And this map is one of the even though FPX has picked a lot of map throughout the season, this is one that they've always left for the decider. It's always the last choice, and same for Gen.G. So I really think that we're in even ground.
Well, this is it, folks. Winner moves on in the competition to the playoff stage. Let's go ahead and send it back over to Achilleos and Paper Thin for the call.
Thank you very much. Yes, here we go. Map 3 to determine which one of these teams is moving forward into the playoffs. FPX, is it them here in front of the home crowd, or is it going to be Gen.G? Much to the chagrin of these fans. We will find out as we get ready to go forward here onto Ascent, but this is the map, a classic one for Gen.G. You know exactly what to expect if you're FPX. You know how
highlight was good. Guys, highlight में थोड़े comments पढ़ा दो यार. Highlight मैंने डाली यार. थोड़ा यार बढ़ाए करो यार.
This is pretty tricky to deal with. EDG struggled with it. That was the last time Fun Plus Phoenix brought it out, and they destroyed him. It was 13-4, 13-5, something like that.
Oh my God! Two in response. Karen will just
no freaking way, round khatam.
And that is a blink and
Texture, what the fuck was that, bro?
Gen.G will win another pistol.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Hell of a way to start.
Yeah. I mean, jeez. I mean, Texture's just now he's really feeling it. I mean, this is so scary for FPX because any of the hiccups, any of the lack of confidence that Gen.G had on that Lotus are gone. They're gone. They're gone. It's done and dusted. They are back to normal. He's just saying, okay, we hit him. We hit him. It's like the noise they make when
is actually DLC
gunshots land.
DLC,
and he's got a Marshal now, Guardian, and they're saving. They got a couple pistols and another Guardian, so looking to really carry over some extra cash into that bonus, or some extra guns into that bonus as well. And it's all classics.
Full push down, but see that paranoia at the ready. There it goes. Crashes across, finds everybody. Karen able to find the first shot. Is Autumn going to be taken down? Spam through. They have to back away, and it's going to be Meteor falling, but Texture just spamming into the smoke. Comes up with one. Munchkin now overwhelmed. It's taken down by the HP bars here on the side of FPX. Absolutely in tatters. Gone. Lakia finding the first. Just 45 HP between Berlin and Life.
3v3
util here at the front of the site. KJ util, which isn't going to be useful right now. Oh my God, Berlin!
Jump up over the top, and Karen just going to be taken down. Yeah, all of this being able to be ignored, and FPX doing the unthinkable.
Nikal lega Lakia.
Looking to try to close this out.
Oh boy, heavy flash, heavy flash.
At the ready, in hand, quick turn. Lakia able to find it. Lakia, he's been in this position before. We need to clutch things out. Jump down off the top of heaven, but the flank coming through. Berlin now making presence known. Lakia now racing down over towards the spike, gets a tap on it, thinks that he's going to have him pushing forward here through tree, but it's actually the approach onto heaven. Quick shot, the swing out, and Lakia says, that's my maneuver. You don't get to do that to me. We'll be able to get the defuse. Gen.G will move up 2-0, but a significant amount of damage still dealt. One of those Guardians lost.
Tremendous damage by FPX. I mean, you're hoping
Texture is humble villain.
At worst with that buy that you lose 2 for Gen.G, but they lose a lot Berlin just jumping up and through. The Red Bull clutch for Lakia. Absolutely insane stuff. I mean, Lakia, look, there's not a lot of players that I would rather have in a clutch moment like that. He has been so good for Gen.G. Yeah, again, he's another one of those players like LITE, not always topping the score line. Goodness gracious. Can he get you some big round wins in those tough, tough moments?
Off to a roaring start with that 5-0 scoreline that he has. Operator now, though, in the hands of Texture. As we go into the full buy from FPX.
Hello, try P.
Shot, gonna go wide. Texture tagged down to 45.
Yeah, short कैसे miss करा?
Frankly, lucky to be alive at all.
And this is something that FPX loves to do, is try to get B control, take B main, get that Yoru utility so deep.
Thrown out, Nano to get some damage across. Lakia, overall, not too bad. Just waiting. The turn contact. Knows that they've swung in front of it. He just continues to peek out, and LITE is going to be taken down. Watch now, flowing there. Slife able to find the headshot. 1H1, shock dart. It's going to be the fake out. Lakia goes back away. Munchkin as well, going to be kept at bay. Down to 70 HP, sends out that flash as he just backpedals over towards that A door.
Good discipline here from Gen.G, though. Even though often Autumn is left on his own in this composition, it's usually a 1-4 split for FPX on their attacker side on this map. Gen.G doesn't budge, even though Munchkin makes contact with him. Trying to sell a bit of a fake is Berlin. And that's gonna pull Munchkin. It's all on Karon.
But Meteor knows exactly where all this is going. Sends up a couple shots and then Lakia can spray through. They manage to work it out together. Find that elimination. So man advantage here for the side of Gen.G. The rest of FPX making their way over onto the site, but there's only 12 seconds remaining now. Two players pinged out, but Ion good for the shot. Munchkin going to be taken down. Spike now planted. Karon still sat here in hell. The push forward coming through. Finds the first, finds the second. Push out Ion again. Snappy with the aim. Manages to take him down, but now he finds himself in a 1v2.
Oh, Meteor.
The swing out, and Lakia somehow manages to steady the aim. Meteor on the flank, not necessary. Gen.G converting the bonus.
That was a tough round there for Gen.G, to be honest. I mean, FPX making some good maneuvers there. Realizing that the B site was going to be really unassailable. Fuse is going to come through, of course, after we get the Gen.G spray.
Wish you were here.
Yeah, missing you.
An operator recovered. And Lakia still deathless. 7-0, Hunter's Fury online as we'll take a look back on this one. But I mean, Karon, he just quick TP'd into hell when they finally go to check out, see if that position is cleared. Somehow he just comes up with those quick kills. Solid shooting from Myung though to make it as close as it was. They continue to whittle away at this economy from Gen.G, not allowed to get fully banked up, but that round win still eluding them.
I mean, say what you will, Myung has been firing these last couple maps. Even though it's been a struggle for FPX as a whole. Fake out, it's going to be cleared, but here we go. The Hunter's Fury to try to delay this push.
For the target, live in the meantime, able to get in on top of the Texture, and Karon going to be taken down by the Nanoswarm. Meteor's turret, going to be able to find Berlin, then Meteor gets life. And suddenly now, the 3v3, Meteor audioless here for the moment, shoulder to shoulder against two players. As they push up into the side, he splits the difference a little bit too much. Autumn and LITE both take a significant amount of damage, but now it's all on Lakia and Munchkin to see if they can try to clutch this one out. They're suspicious about Ion's position. Lakia will be felt as Ion continues to deliver. FPX get themselves online.
Yeah, now FPX is finally able to find the space that they need to get that Yoru utility in. Use the fake out to buy a little bit of extra space. TP in towards the back stairs. And then they could start ripping apart Gen.G. I mean, Meteor doing what he can on the back, but it's tough, man. When they start coordinating well, this FPX comp, so fearsome. Now you have the dimensional drift as well.
Ooh,
and that's
timeout call.
Wow, that's a fast one.
Yeah, down to the wire here for Gen.G. Go ahead and pump the brakes, but yeah, Solo not liking what he was seeing here, especially as they get ready to go into this next round, because the cash, because of how just scrappy the last ones have been, the op, it's lost, can't replace that. And overall, the Gen.G players don't have too much money to work with. They do have the blades available, the Texture to try to make up for it. But that's still just one tiny advantage for them.
Yeah, I'm really curious what Solo didn't like so far. I mean, I think FPX has been doing a decent job of working the map, giving themselves opportunities. In that round, you know, just a kind of a util combination caught Gen.G enough off guard. They lost a couple players very, very quickly on that execute. Trying to probably figure out how they should be positioning themselves to avoid some of those util dumps. Are they going to sit further back in alley, maybe try to make sure they maintain market control a little bit better, a little bit sooner, so they can cut off those advances, set up some crossfires.
Flash dodge is बहुत difficult
from the alleyway. See exactly how Gen.G is going to change things up. In fact, it's going to be a shift of Meteor over towards A. Going to be using his util.
It's all about reflexes.
Down the front of that A site again. Toxic screen cutting across the A site, but that's pretty much standard here for FPX. That's their default toxic screen on this map on their attacker's side. So nothing out of the ordinary shown just yet, but making a lot of pressure towards the A orb. Going to be able to snatch it up. I don't think there's much that Gen.G really is going to be able to do about that. A little util brings out a smoke from Karon, and now change of direction here for the rest of FPX, trying to spread the map a little bit, looking for aggressive plays from Gen.G just in case, but being really, really methodical how they're maneuvering around the map. Didn't like when that smoke came out.
Right here.
Thought that maybe they're a little too ready for us on A.
Low sensi वालों के लिए
Let's go back
difficult
to
होता
our
है. Yes. मेरे लिए भी
home
बहुत difficult.
territory of B.
Flash in. 0 point. Able to get the suppress here. Tap onto the orb. Just trying to bait out some shots. Or not much found here. This is a pickup. Just trying to get Lysor over towards that lockdown when possible. Reveal able to find one.
How deep that smoke is makes it so hard for them to set up their util combos like they want to, and they're going to try to get through over onto the A site, and only Meteor left. Oh my God!
Well, Berlin eventually able to find the shot, drags it across, and Texture's going to be taken down. And Meteor still here on the site, gets the headshot. Autumn taken down.
What the
Karon
fuck they're doing,
finding
bro?
life, and the spike it just can't be planted. They've squandered their time, and Meteor's held the line.
Hello.
And a 4K from Meteor with some of the most gorgeous shots that I have seen.
I mean, FPX just couldn't find any comfort. They couldn't find the space that they wanted. And when they finally tried, Meteor said, absolutely not. We're not having any of that. This is my site this time. Usually I'm over on B, and I'm going to be shifting over, and those are ridiculous.
Just saying
So
he didn't
clean.
even reload.
Yeah, that's like a few woes out of him. I agree.
How could you not? Operator now back into the hands of Texture. An Odin in play for Lakia.
Here.
Munchkin sticking with that staple Guardian.
Dimensional Drift for FPX. Are they going to invest it in this round? There is the lockdown as well for Meteor. Something to be considered here for both squads in terms of ults. Push up towards mid. Otherwise, looking for that pick, can't find it.
Back away, seeing Ayung as well. Man, it's been so incredibly clean. Meteor tucked away here, wants to still play forward, finds the first, spots the second, continues to hold his ground, but Autumn takes advantage. Using the high penetration there on that Guardian, finds the headshot. Berlin considering a TP play here. 0 point checking out over towards Market, making sure that Texture's backside is going to be protected, and Karon peeking in, able to find Lysor. Takes him down. Man advance once again here for the side of Gen.G. The Haunt not going to be revealing much as Munchkin takes a very forward position, swooping through, but he's not ready for Berlin to be at back Gen. No found, but Berlin's still here. Lakia now reinforcing the position. But Autumn again.
Hello?
Is paying through, finds the shot. Pit now going to be invested. Dart sent out.
No way.
The pit immediately dropped.
Fucking hacker.
Autumn dead now. It's all on Berlin. And he's been revealed. Not fast enough on the clear. Gets the spot there on the Lakia. But he doesn't have the shots. Lakia's just got too many bullets. Takes him down, and Gen.G continuing upward, now 5-1.
I mean, Autumn hitting some incredible shots along the way, but Gen.G, this staggered defense, as FPX tries to make their way through short. I mean, Meteor with a nice initial shot, tries to challenge. But that Guardian high pen, so valuable for Autumn in this round. Right through the box gets Karon. What an angle. And it's just insane stuff. The fact that Lakia just picks Autumn out of that Viper's pit instantly is absurd. Absurd.
Well, FPX now calling a timeout, trying to get this map Get their feet back beneath them. It seems like every time they're trying to get back up.
जितेंद्र भाई कुछ सेकंड का ही तो है मेरी
जान. Their feet out from underneath them, put them right back down to the ground.
And this comp is built to be pretty successful on the attacker side. It's worked a treat for them typically in the past. It's very good on the defender side too. But right now, Gen.G is just stalwart, hitting good shots, making good adjustments, making good enough reads, even though FPX is throwing a lot at them and it's a lot to handle. Right now, Gen.G is able to carry that weight. See if they can continue to keep their stamina, keep their strength up. Something that Gen.G has talked about after Madrid they've been focusing on is building their endurance, building their physical endurance, building up their exercise regime, their regimen, becoming more resilient to these long games that they seem destined to play.
Well, even if the maps themselves aren't long, they always have to play the maximum number of them, it would seem. And one away from this lockdown here is Lysor. Meteor still holding onto his own as Texture taking a very aggressive position forward here. Lysor on the peak, getting the punish, but it comes through! Texture, how do you hit that?
Please explain! He wasn't even looking there!
We're gonna have to see that one back, but that was absolutely disgusting no matter which way you slice it. Drone out into mid, nothing gonna be spotted. Berlin just up on top of the box here on Cat.
भाई वो देख भी नहीं रहा था उधर.
For sure, from FPX's perspective, you know, they have no idea that he did what he just did. They probably just thought, well, he guessed it out. You know, sometimes Killjoys do like to hide behind that corner. Now Munchkin tucked into the cubby, setting up with Lakia. Lakia making some noise, checking with Util. It's well placed. Here's a couple gunshots. Lets loose with the Odin, but nobody to be found just yet. This is all just to make it as confusing, as difficult as possible for FPX to read the position of Munchkin.
I mean, they're just being held at bay. The Odin, the shock darts, everything, just stopping them from advancing forward, and Munchkin tucked away right inside of B main. Next. Going to be coming down, smoke going to be coming through. That market is open. Munchkin backpedaling, trying to get himself out. Dimensional drift comes through. Texture. Not believing in the first one, but still can't find the shot onto the second. Berlin, in the meantime, take down Meteor. Multiple players now sat back here at Boats. Probably try to check forward, but again, time dwindling. Berlin able to find another. Texture all in its lonesome. The real. It pops on everyone. He finds one, but Autumn swings the corner, and he's able to gun them down as Karen arrives.
First salary super chat. Thank you for it, Nimit bhai. Congratulations.
To pop that dimensional drift, to get that
many more to come,
Munchkin's hiding
baby.
in the corner. Just
Salaries.
Oh my.
Nuh-uh. Oh my.
That is one of the most disgusting flicks. Yeah, we gotta watch it again.
That's
an elbow.
Nah.
And he reacts within milliseconds.
My God.
Bro को सिर्फ एक ये दिखी थी कोनी.
Yes, and it's brilliant use of the dimensional drift. It gets so much info, keeps Texture off balance.
Bro, that was
gets them that sight hit they need.
Flick, bro.
A crucial round win. And okay,
Hacker.
sure, why not? Why not, Munchkin?
Yep, spam through the wall. Gets the elimination. Solid way to start things off after that kickback.
But by full support, मेरी जान धनंजय.
Keep that lockdown being used. Berlin winning that trade with Meteor.
Mess up on the fragment there as well. Texture waiting here in mid, but takes an immense amount of damage. And Berlin with that TP up on top of the archway does manage to get the kill. 3 players now left standing for Gen.G. FPX still taking the time. Still respecting these players that are alive. Yes, Karen on that jiggle out. Go ahead and backpedal away.
Fatu bhai full support.
मेरे साथ भी तो ऐसा होता है. मैं heavy.
There goes.
मैं heavy shots का easy मारता हूँ.
And theirs does connect onto him.
Just taking some timing shots. Sees the flash out. Doesn't manage to find Autumn, but Berlin collects himself a 3rd elimination. Locky up. Couple shots there on the Ion, but cannot find the kill before the door gets shut. Now they have to try to break this one down. Lysor just flush against the wall. Ready for the catch. Recon available here from Lakia.
Heavy one,
going to be saving it.
Just making a ton of noise. Trying to flush them out.
All shots through. 2 players here in hell as the turret gets cleared out. Lysor still over at main. Even if his teammates do end up falling, he still has that lockdown, but it won't be necessary.
भैया जी का पैर फिसल गया.
Berlin collecting 4 and FPX shortening the gap.
And it's crazy to think that Gen.G only had enough economy there to afford to lose one round. Now they're back into the Odin and the Operator. Half armors for everybody. You have a lockdown of your own as well for Meteor. Still have that no command for Munchkin. So you can counter Lysol's lockdown in a couple different ways potentially. See exactly how they want to do it. Pretty standard setup for Gen.G. Although Munchkin going over in towards B main. Meteor back over into A with his Killjoy utility. Lysol for now. Just going to use that turret to make sure if there's any aggressive peek outs like we saw earlier from Texture that those are able to be accounted for a little bit better. Just working the map here. Our FPX just kind of feeling out the defenses of Gen.G. This is something they normally like to do, is they're happy to kind of take their time, try to figure out where you are, find your utility, clear
guys,
out
like karoge?
Bait some out.
Let's go, 700 likes, baby.
FPX actually, despite these kind of unorthodox compositions that maybe you'd expect teams just kind of try to go for weird util dumps and stuff like that.
Kaise ho, dude? Oh, Dippan bhai.
Kaise?
Thank you for the 1 month, yo.
Nice to see the approach here. Did they just open up
all good, dude. Aap kaise ho, meri jaan?
The guy that went into the side. There is quite a bit of util here from Meteor, and he does have a lockdown.
Bro, आज पहली बार वोट देके आया BJP on top. आज दिल्ली में था ना?
Locking off
प्रभात भाई?
Again, time running low. FPX really tries to work this clock down, it would seem. Munchkin is going to get caught by a quick little prowler there. Sends out a pop flash. LITE forward here on the side, swings out. Meteor able to take him down. Displaces him. Meteor finds a second. Munchkin able to get Ion, and that's going to be Autumn taken out as well.
That's
3K for Meteor.
cluster of dead bodies.
Gen.G move up by 3 once again. 6-3.
छोटे area में सब मरे.
4 rounds he played out in a half.
Even though Life is able to get his way onto the site, that's when the no command gets popped.
अब ये वोट नहीं आ रहा है आयुष भाई. मैं नहीं दे पाया इस बार. कहाँ टाइम मिलता है तुम्हें भी पता है. रात को इतना लेट सो के मैं 1 बजे उठा. फिर उठते ही वॉच पार्टी. टाइम नहीं मिला यार.
An absolute mow down of the FPX players as they try to come through that A main arch. Once again, gonna be leaving Meteor over here on this A site. Really liking the ability of this Killjoy utility to stall. Meteor's ability to play well on that short angle. They're just gonna go for the early lockdown. And it's gonna be the counter lockdown immediately.
Lockdown कहाँ डाल रखा
उसने? For Ayang now 1 away from having that nightfall, but yeah, no way to clear these out, so it's just gonna be a stalemate for the moment. Each team respecting the respective ultimates, and Charon! He just hears the TP, he knows exactly where Life is at, and that's the entire entry strategy for FPX, falling to pieces.
He just knew with the angle of that toxic
screen. But क्या लगता है?
Where they were thinking
Delhi में
about sending that
भाई
TP.
बहुत heavy केजरीवाल supporter है guys. Delhi में तो
FPX replay.
मेरे हिसाब से
And just all for naught.
मतलब मेरे को पता है डिस्कस नहीं करना चाहिए बस मैंने जितने लोगों से बात करी है जिनके बारे में पता है भाई हेवी केजरीवाल सपोर्टर है भाई यहाँ दिल्ली में हेवी.
This is Charon's first year.
मजाक सेट के.
He's just unbelievable.
First year and second international appearance. It's Meteor.
भाई एक बात बोलूं बुरा तो नहीं मान रहा.
For this pressure coming through, finds the first cannot get that second follow up. It's Berlin. He's looking to TP his way through, but again, Charon ready for it. Breaks it down. Swings out, looking for another target. His Texture arrives. Jumps down off the top of it. Collects himself a second kill. With the early loss of life there, FPX, they cannot resteady themselves in the round. Gen.G now getting up to 7.
मत करो पॉलिटिक्स की बातें. मैं कहाँ कर रहा हूँ, मैं तो बस बता रहा हूँ.
Top rope there, just absolutely crushing the hopes and dreams of FPX in this round. I mean,
6 बजे तक होती है. हाँ क्या?
Absolutely nuts in life. You can see it on his face.
अरे ये चैट में मत करो हाँ.
Starting to feel
I don't want you to get indulged. इधर पॉलिटिक्स की बातें.
That Gen.G is on this map. Do have a Nightfall to work with, but 1 away from a bunch of ults or Gen.G.
It's another full
2
set.
away, excuse me.
Another full set here from FPX. I mean, Ayang, he does have the ult online, but he does not have any armor. He's going glass cannon with the Vandal in hand. A lot of pressure being applied here in towards mid, so drone out from Lakia to try to scout. Then tucked back and defensive gate crash gets set up here from Life.
A little tricky. Shock dart try to force some
ये देखो easy shot मेरे हिसाब से मिस करेगा. Easy shot मिस करेगा और ये बेंच difficult मारता है मेरी तरह एकदम.
The fake out, the flash, the paranoia, all connecting. Texture bogs there on the walls, and Nightfall goes across, catches on to 3. Approach now coming through. Ready to push through market as Berlin on this lurk, sees where the trail leads. Here's the footsteps, and Caron going to be taken down. Now Texture, not really paying attention, but Meteor counter swings out. Top of Heaven ramp. LITE now working his way across these Nanoswarms, but he's just getting ripped to pieces. The turret as well, helping to soften up this enemy KJ. Set up on the turret, push onto the corner. Meteor eating a little bit of damage, but eventually finds his mark. Kill found. Comes back behind the box. Re-swings, gets a headshot, takes it out. Meteor gets the 4K, the option.
Easy shot miss करता है.
In a 1v3. Door is shut. The pressure is there. Munchkin pushing in from behind the recon, getting the ping, the spam across. Ion down now to 22. He's just put in such an impossible situation. And Texture with a shorty will finish this off 8-3. FPX, can they get to 4?
I mean, the timings are just good enough for Gen.G. Once again, Berlin getting deep into enemy territory. Gets the first kill, but immediately Meteor's there to follow up. The rotations were just starting to come through for Gen.G. And it was just in the nick of time to keep Texture and that operator alive. And then Meteor once again, a destructive force on that A site. So many multi-kill rounds for him. 15 and 7. The man absolutely immovable as that killjoy on this map. Hyung now gonna be moving up. Meteor gonna challenge off this flash, but FPX so far not taking the bait.
चले जाएंगे.
Tension ना लो. Everybody's still lingering. Back away before Ion can try to counter swing out. Another smoke going to be set up now. Dimensional drift in play from Life. Looking to lead the charge up through Cat. Spots out 3 players. Paranoia now crashing across. Quick exit. Looks for the kills. Finds the first one instant. This Meteor does get taken down. Solid opener, but does eat a decent amount of damage. Munchkin now creeping forward. Not sure if he's going to be ready for this one. Push into the smoke though. He's able to snap enough to take down Life, but still that backstab opportunity available from Life, who continues to play this out quietly. Position now reinforced, checks for it. Munchkin still coming away with one before getting taken down. 3v3 now. The approach here, out into Heaven. Texture finds the first, Autumn dead, knives out. Texture finds Ion, and it's all on Berlin. He's played it out quietly, and now his presence is known. Cover going out. Smoke in, all the util used, and Berlin will be standing tall. Red Bull clutch to end of the half.
That's a huge round for their attack.
But I guess Gen.G ले जाएगी guys attacking side में.
To make it 4-8. Much more doable on their defender side. A massive pistol round coming up.
Makes it feel a bit better as they move over onto the defending side, but they need to pilot this one perfectly. They need to take away this upcoming pistol round. We'll take a look back at it. I mean, just utter chaos, but no one registering that Berlin was going to be behind the generator. Frustration on the coach's faces there.
Go vote. अरे मैं एक ही मैच वॉच पार्टी कर रहा हूँ. चले जाएंगे. टेंशन का ले रहे हो. अगर मैं मासी को पूल में डिप लेनी है तो क्या कहेंगे? अगर मासी को पूल में डिप लेनी तो क्या कहेंगे? मुझे क्या पता.
젠지에서 활동 중인
what about new block up?
웬만해 국제 대회라 좀 긴장을 했던 것 같고 그래도 긴장을 했지만 팀원들이
हॉरर गेम पढ़ो भाई हॉरर गेम यार वो कहेंगे ना गॉड ऑफ वॉर टेंशन की बात है.
남아 있기 때문에 만약 성적을 못 내더라도 그 다음에
गोजो को बुलाओ. गोजो कौन है?
게임할 것 같습니다.
2 quick kills found. Suddenly we were in a 2v2. The Outlaws now scooped up by him. This has got the neural theft reveals. Shots coming through. Tech's going to be noted up here on the half wall. Lakia swiftly dealing with that. Now sending the drone out. King trying to find a timing, trying to play around that one, but Karen once more.
일단 2등이라는 아쉬운 성적을 냈지만 사실 우승을 했더라면 더 좋았을 텐데 우승을 했더라면 좀 더 저희가 자만해지지 않았을까라는 생각도 있고 그리고 항상 1등만 할 수 없으니까 2등도 해보고 3등도 해보는 게 저한테는 굉장히 마인드를 다시 잡기에 좋은 성적인 것 같습니다. 솔직히 저희 팀과 다른 팀들을 비교하기는 좀 그렇고 항상 잘하는 상대들만 보이니까 우리 것만 잘하자라는 얘기를 많이 한 것 같습니다.
मुझे मोड बनाओ बच्चों को संभालता हूँ. Ego भाई.
Potentially getting cocky there. had they won that championship.
और भाई टीम पॉडकास्ट में पूरा बोला आपके बारे में देख लिया मैंने वो शिमला वाली बात ना
I think FPX, especially after that Lotus, them being able to clinch things out, humbling Gen.G a little bit. And I think that they've come into these last two maps a lot more level-headed.
Yes, they look like they've been able to.
In Berlin, by I trust.
Come in here with some determination.
You love you, yeah.
Tough half.
It takes 2 हो जाए. मैं तो सोच रहा था God of War खेलूं. यार it takes 2.
Trying to push, saw the foot, but that one way there. Gen.G's gonna now make a go of it. Paranoia at the ready.
A bit of that leg there. Texture up and over the top. Frenzy in hand, but he will be able to find that kill, but LITE quick to reply. Does manage to put him down. Yes.
Munchkin.
That Sheriff not getting value for him. Advantage now here in the hands of FPX. Gate crash back across.
They're expecting this to be A.
A little bit, but Life, he does have that follow-up gate crash ready to go, so can join in to try to reinforce his position, but LITE, it feels like he's going to have to at least get one. Right now he's creeping out into the open.
Huh?
Expecting this push coming through.
Why they left him alone?
Here on the back ramp, Meteor going for the pinch. LITE moving, gets distracted, and then Meteor.
Why they left him alone, bro?
Life now arriving, but he has to wait for the rest of the team. Anything else would be a bit too risky.
Spike planted.
Oh, but he gets such a swift headshot to take down Meteor. Recon going to be cleared out. No other information going to be given up.
3v2 please आराम से.
Trying to keep this back ramp smoked off.
Recon भी है.
Some decent damage across here into Life. Push in, that's going to be the fake out, it's the flash. Now it's all on Lakia here in boats. They're stopping their way towards him. The headshot onto one, onto two, but he cannot pivot back fast enough. One shot is all it would have taken. It's one shot that he does not get. Life will keep them in this as FPX win the pistol in the second half.
Man, Life there, so snappy. I mean, just able to get there in time, our FPX. Meteor trying to do what he can. And he gets taken down right out the rip. It's all down to Lakia. Almost turns it in time. Just a split second ahead of him is Life. That fake out was huge to buy that extra space. Had to respect it. Did Gen.G. They pay the price, and yeah, Munchkin now starting to show some frustration. Felt like that should have been theirs.
Solid timing on the 0 point, interrupts, stops the Paranoia from coming through, but still a lot of forward, unscouted presence here on this B side of the map as Berlin just creeps back, managing to find texture. Spam through, LITE takes out Meteor. He's revealed, shock darts land at his feet, and they will be able to claim him. Still very solid damage dealt here to Gen.G. Munchkin slow creeping up, just trying to grab that weapon, manages to recover, but Karen caught up in the crossfire.
Gonna juggle that Guardian over towards Lakia. He's the fuller health bar, so onto him. That gun will go. He's gonna go think about going over towards A. And that seems to be the direction he wants to go. Watching for the cross is Ayang. Spotting things out is Munchkin, just in case someone got past his view.
Last player standing.
Waiting for it. Lakia will just take the opportunity, grab that orb, get towards that Hunter's Fury, which is only 2 away. Looks like he might also at least be able to get the plant down. Tap onto the door. Left. The call will come through. All of FPX getting ready to swarm. Lakia has been clutch, but this might just be a bridge too far. Let's see what kind of damage he can deal.
Extremely difficult, cutting off his best angle with that smoke.
Prowler getting the catch, and he's just trained on that door, expecting it to be broken down a little bit faster. No further damage to be found, only LITE dead. And all these Guardians and the Bulldog carried over. FPX now bringing the gap down to just 2 rounds.
Well, the good news here, if you're Gen.G, is you've got a Hunter's Fury. That's your
खेलेगा कल वो खुद बोल रहा था हाँ क्या
rest on, but I mean, great job identifying that position with their utility is Gen.G, but the crossfire just too much for them to really get through there. Tough round any way you cut it. Now with full rifles in hand, feels like almost
नहीं होने वाला इस जन्म में.
Could be the round that changes the map potentially. If FPX can get the win here, it's 8-7. If Gen.G can find a win, maybe they can find some footing on this attacker
Isn't it
side,
like
which is
boring now, guys? Because
obviously
you have
difficult
seen
for teams
so
on
many
Ascent.
streamers doing it, playing it.
Is that going to
Nano up and over
clear
top.
the other one? That's so good.
Clears out the Nano, clears out the enemy turret.
Banchod क्या lineup था भाई?
Fast enough. Point suppress here. Smokes go flying. Life ready with a flash, sends out the fake out, swings in. Texture somehow comes away with that kill. Life just couldn't quite line up the shots. Hunter's Fury now opened up here from the side of Lakia. He catches Lysor. Hyung able to avoid the follow-up shot. Himself now down to 70 HP. Meteor at 20 on the opposite side. The spike, however, out here in the middle of nowhere. They have to recover it.
It's going to be really tricky. Hyung has a real shot at this.
They get the ping out on. Quick clear. Can he get them both? Can't get either. Lakia, snappy as ever. Shuts it down. Gen.G will be able to deny the bonus conversion.
But kya bhai?
Still lose out on multiple players.
Yeah, trying to go for this flash
and
push play through the smokes in towards benches, but able to be handled well enough there by Gen.G. Lakia able to fish one out with that Hunter's Fury. Then uses that drone very nicely. Again, it's been crucial in a couple of these rounds throughout these maps that Lakia still has that Owl drone late, and he's able to use it to bully off one of the FPX players from a key position so that Gen.G can reestablish themselves. This time around, dart towards mid to check. Wary again of that push, even the 0 point as well. Only going to get life with it.
अरे कल उसमें क्या हुआ?
Back off towards spawn.
Team Heretics versus Dragon क्या नाम है उस टीम का? Dragon Rangers Academy.
Gets caught off guard.
Oh भाई.
His way forward. Too much damage there from that Nano Swarm, but gets himself into a little bit of a deeper position. Ping going to be coming down, identifying that the alarm bot is here.
TH जीती क्या?
Positioning that Gen.G has, they've taken
Heretics 1-2-0. Oh,
they could take B main control as well here very soon. They're trying to. They're considering it. With Texture being there for so long, not hearing any sound, but Gen.G doesn't feel comfortable just yet. Drone only gets a little bit of info. I don't think they saw Ayong.
Hard to say, maybe a pixel out of place. Look, either way, they opt to go on the attack here towards this B site. Lysor set up here by switch, tucks into this cloud burst.
बेचारा कुछ नहीं कर पाया भाई.
Light pushing forward, able to find
Texture. मुंह पे स्मोक मारा और उसके मुंह क्या? ओए, timing.
Drawn, but Ayong now dead. Munchkin dead to his own fragment. Not sure what happened there, but either way, Autumn is the last one standing. Plant now coming through a 1v3. Try to clutch this out.
Spike planted.
Just that singular snake bite. Charon jiggling. Notes him, but now they know exactly where this Viper is. Bite at the ready. Charon just eating a little bit of damage now. TP's out. Cross gets himself into the site safely. Autumn for now, maybe just able to try to contain them in this site, force them to go down to the spike, but winning the round going to prove to be very difficult. In fact, he's just going to go ahead and back away and look to hold on to the weapon.
Yeah, I mean, Autumn's been really good this tournament so far. Hitting some huge shots, winning some big clutches, but this one just too difficult. Feels that it's going to be wiser to save this gun. Gen.G going to go up 10-6. Great space control here. Being really patient. Using some early utility to clear that space at market and at pizza to make sure that Texture could set up, clear the alarm bot. Then they call a freeze.
TH के लिए थोड़ा difficult है.
Clear the corner.
Minibu ही नहीं है.
Take out Lysor.
Does he just? Yep. Okay.
He just walked into it.
Solo has some words for him. I think he thought that I think he thought that the previous pulse was the final one, but misjudging the timing.
Well, it's usually Meteor doing that.
आप आओगे क्या podcast
into the
में?
lockdowns.
क्या मांबा वाले? आ जाएंगे इसमें.
Well, some comic relief.
Boot duelist के बहुत मारा हाँ क्या?
Recon. Respotting out too much there.
Weaker buy now for FPX. Dimensional drift, yes.
पर उसका boot तो already था पहले. पाती टेक करके एक player है. उसका sub replacement. है ना? If I'm not wrong. पाती टेक. क्या नाम है उसका?
Looks back, but has missed Lysor. Got himself tucked away here at this back ramp. Reinforcements now getting ready to come through, but Lysor already taken down. The TP now working its way into the site.
Blinding.
Used. Reinforce here at Boathouse. Tap onto the spike, and Berlin is going to be penning through, able to find that shot. Munchkin interrupted on the plan. Berlin now Trying to go for a TP play. Karen dead.
No.
He just annihilated him. Has to go for the reload. The right click's not really connecting. Meteor still relatively healthy, but now Meteor the last one standing. And
Berlin, bro. Are you crazy?
Who does that? Who TP's up there? Right in the middle. There's no smoke. There's no cover.
Absolutely unthinkable.
That was lucky, to be honest. 200 IQ नहीं था, तो वो lucky भी हुआ वहाँ पे.
Thrifty when they need it so desperately.
I cannot believe what they do. And that is just
KJ कौन था बे? ये Meteor
FPX
क्या
right
कर रहा
there.
था मेरे को समझ नहीं आया.
And Berlin just stands up and lets them know. Give that man some accolades. What a play. Texture gonna pop the Blade Storm to start off this round. Try to save up a little bit of extra economy here. Bought over a gun, it looks like. So they could get everybody else with those Vandals.
Actually lucky था.
But oh my word. Could that be the round that changes the destiny for FPX? Because that one looked like it had Gen.G written all over it, Achilleos.
Absolutely did. Now things very much slowed down. Knives here in the hands of Texture. Dimensional Drift available for Life, does have an operator as well. Setting up a gate crash and starting to work his way across over in towards mid. This could end up being devastating depending on how far he decides to push.
I'll handle this.
There he goes.
Here.
Spotting them all out. Munchkin maybe the only one not quite seen. Yep, just bonking him on the head. Lakia trying to chase, trying to get on top of him, but it's just going to be the gate crash back over into boats to keep himself safe on him in the meantime, able to find Munchkin. Takes him down just outside the window.
30 seconds left.
Smoke now across from Berlin, setting up some additional defenses here for this A site, but Gen.G very much committed to this push. It's a long way, in fact. TP into main from Berlin. Did they suspect this at all?
What the fuck is that with pro Texture?
Meteor fighting back just a little bit, but they are running out of time. The spike now straight into Berlin. Does it again! The 4-piece into the 3. Life.
What? Did he do a TP play again?
Look at this man. Look at this monster.
24 and 12 right now. The IGL for FPX getting it done on the Omen. Just ridiculous. Great backpedaling off of this pressure from Gen.G. And they just let them come through that door. They welcome them through and they're saying yes again. This man is potentially dashing Gen.G's hopes of getting through 2-0 to the playoffs. And that's going to bring out the timeout.
Texture ganda whiff kara Texture ne guys. Ganda.
Building up here against Gen.G as the crowd continues to rally behind FPX to try to spur them onward. That backstab from Texture. 2 players in his sights. They just cannot find either of them. Not something that we typically see from him.
Very rare. Absolutely.
Perhaps the Gen.G camp getting a little bit
guys, can we have some lights here? Thanks. Texture break lag pad. Bhai ganda aa gaya bhai wo. Actually na Texture hai thoda inconsistent. 70-30 बोल सकते हैं. 70% time बहुत मारता है. 30% time. Easy whiff.
Exactly, dude. I mean, it's crazy because Gen.G likely not going to invest the lockdown in this round, and then you're going to have a bunch of counter utility on FPX's side. And so this is really in favor of FPX in the alt economy, in the regular economy. Everything starting to shift their way. That one clutch from Berlin, right underneath the feet.
Nearly finding him. Ayong, though, fully blinded up, is going to be taken down, but not before he's able to find Karon. Texture entering here onto the site. Sets up a cloudburst, swings across, just trying to give himself an angle to claim this kill. Flash through, nothing spotted there. Meteor, fadeaway shot, takes out Life just through the corner. Turret now set up. Berlin going to have to clear that. Actually, TP's over to the side now. Lockdown invested. Turret does alert. Door, the rush down coming through, breaks it. Meteor tucking back into the corner, still wanting the challenge, but Berlin has to respect this, has to backpedal.
Amazing. The fact that Gen.G finds that timing give themselves the space. It's still a couple sheriffs, a guardian. Texture grabs the Vandal. Oh, Meteor, this lurk though is so brutal.
Do they suspect it? The answer's no, but he can't find the shot. Autumn just swings into the crosshair. A second for Meteor. Texture pushing, looking for a timing, but Lysor able to capitalize, finds it now. Lockdown going to be invested, but time is running thin. Meteor finds the last two shots!
Oh, his deagle is actually insane. इसने A side पे भी 4 मारे थे deagle से.
Meteor is a monster. He is a force of nature. An extinction level event. This man, such patience. I mean, this one, sure. The jump peek around the corner,
bro,
but he's
his
so
sheriff
ready.
is actually insane, bro.
He's so aware. My goodness. The back and forth here. And now Gen.G.
I'm in the disbelief.
Oh, I am too. I'm in disbelief too. I don't blame you.
It's just
अब बजना
absolutely insane.
Marshall
The
ने
able
sheriff
to be
के.
pulled off here from the side of Gen.G. I mean, I'll tell you what it reminds me of. It
Bro,
reminds
is
me
a
of
sheriff?
all the flawlesses we used to get
Criminal.
when it was solo playing on that stage back at the first international
Meteor ही कह दे.
U-turn on Ascent. I
Meteor
mean, that is where
चार
they
हो
disrupted everyone's expectations time and time again. And some of these rounds, it looks like it's just
Bruh.
destiny for FPX to get the victory. But Gen.G, they pulled the rug out from beneath them. So now,
Bruh.
final timeout committed here from FPX, needing to get the team rallied back, get a round win.
It's just incredible sometimes, these Gen.G players. Their mechanics are top tier, that's why 3 of these players on Gen.G are among the few in Pacific who've gotten over 1,000 kills throughout their VCT Pacific career. They put together an all-star squad, a squad with tons of firepower, and that's one of those rounds that squad, it gets you wins that they have no business getting.
Pit now invested off the rip here from Autumn.
Amen.
To hold them back, force them away from this A site. Caution. Already Munchkin starting to make his way back through spawn over towards B. This is pretty much precisely where FPX want to corral the squad to.
This is what they want.
Of course, they'll keep a 3-man stack at B now.
These prowlers.
Amen पे Viper ने अकेले गैर में जा रखा है.
Gen.G out before they even get started potentially, if they were to go towards B. But for now, Gen.G taking their time. Not much info on what's been going on in mid. That toxic screen makes it a little bit more tricky to check it as frequently as you would like. They're not being super cautious with their footsteps. There we go. No command pop.
Push coming through, but it's just a blind push. Unescorted here on the corner as LITE will be able to find Lakia. No command pulsing, but nothing really mattering there. As they now swoop their way over towards A, but already LITE set up on this angle. Lysor pushing forward. Stops up. Meteor goes out, managing to find that headshot. Munchkin now taking down Berlin. That's going to be them cutting back across over towards this B site. Ion, however, can disrupt it all. Nightfall at the ready. Sends it. TP into the B site, however. Karat gets himself here. Still can't hear
उसका haunt जाएगा?
Meteor.
नहीं जाएगा.
Ion, has he read this?
What
the fuck? From Meteor! Keeps them in the round. Ottoman Live still long rotations. Meteor looking, thinking about checking, and as he does,
ये नहीं करना था Meteor.
Unto death. Autumn able to collect that. Vandal now here into the hand of Live. Caron just talked up against the box. Flash up over the top. It does catch on to him, but he hears the footsteps. Looks for the first. Can't find it. And cannot get the second. A costly round, but one. That goes away of FPX all the same.
भाई एक बात बताओ, ओमन पे अल्ट लगी हुई है उसकी बराबर, तो वो उसका ट्रेल पकड़ता है उसको फेड का बराबर. उसने अल्ट अपनी सी साइड बी साइड की बैक साइड मारी, तो उसका ट्रेल नहीं जाएगा ना माता, क्योंकि जहाँ जहाँ तक वो जाते रहते हैं अल्ट में. समझ रहे हो ना मैं क्या कह रहा हूँ तुम्हें?
And the no command pops, and they all just turn their attention in towards market. And Ion
I don't think so
outrageous on these peaks.
क्यों जाएगा
He's
माता?
so fast on them today. And it makes it so
नहीं
difficult
जाएगा
for Gen.G to react.
जो ऐसे
It
तो
is
वो
Peaker's advantage.
हेवन में सी साइड पे ट्रेल मारे और वो ए पे टीपी करे तो वहां तक थोड़ा जाएगा. वही तो नहीं जाएगा भाई.
Gen.G though, having to cut some guns. Only 3 Vandals able to be purchased, but as we've seen, there are no slouches with the Sheriffs. Just wrapping in now, over towards A. Not much info for either side really to work with here. Meteor's tucked in right outside of that alarm bot in Pizza.
Meteor bhi cheetah hi keh de.
Considering a move back over towards B. Probably just talking this one out, talking about how
They actually forced yaar ye round.
Lockyer gonna use the owl drone to hopefully keep some attention over towards A. A little bit of fake utility there. It's the real hit. Potentially
casual tha
gonna be over here at B.
Spotted one, but wasn't able to check into wine, which is where he wanted that drone to get to. This very much does push him further in towards this site. Entry from Texture, dashing his way over. TP out though. LITE now joining in with that gate crash. Texture able to capitalize. Wallbang
Sit
shot
down
pushes
now.
up over top of the fragment, disrespecting it, catching LITE off guard. Nice shot back from Berlin in a similar position, but this time Meteor will not give him the time of day. He will not give him that opportunity, that chance to go for another clutch. Gen.G firmly in control. Autumn and Ion to see if they can deal any damage, if they can somehow.
Actually, Texture made good play. बहुत अच्छा play करा उसने. Molly से push करके उसको मार दिया.
A lot of util to work with. Money. A little bit bad for a couple players. Should have enough for another buy, but it'll be 12.
भाई सेव करो ना, तुम्हारे 2 बंदों के पास पैसे नहीं हैं. अभी भी हो सकता है कुछ निकाल सकते हैं.
It's likely going to be necessary. They continue to push up. Time dwindling. Couple shots through. Getting some damage. Ion able to find a 1, but Meteor takes down Autumn. Munchkin takes down Ion.
अभी इन्होंने सेव क्यों नहीं करा? ओटी के लिए ट्राई करते.
FPX
हार गए भाई.
3 consecutive rounds to take
Yay! Let's go Gen.G.
It's incredible the way that
आपकी कोचिंग Meteor के काम आई? Of course.
Able to get into his own smoke and then
Texture भाई कुछ कर लो.
Using
वो सब अंकुर भाई.
fragment.
और भाई love from Russia. यश भाई कैसे? कहाँ पे हो रशिया में?
Never suspected it. Meteor turns into Berlin, takes him down. And then FPX feeling the pressure, feeling like they needed to go for it. And they will be short on funds for a full buy. Sheriff for Lysor, a Bulldog for life. Half armor for most of the other players. Ion with that.
यार ये क्या लाइनअप है भाई?
With that
टरेट टूटता है, अलार्म बोर्ड वो टूटता है उसका नैनो.
Berlin
You should run.
getting himself over here, lockdown now. Gonna be invested. Wait, run the clock down a little bit, then start working their way forward. But alarm bot Nano still set up here for Lysor. Berlin backs away. Just barely enough time. That 0 point stops him from re-TPing forward, but Karon's gonna be just taken down by the Nano. A kill found. Meteor now going to also buy some space with some of that util of his own. Push up, spots multiple players, but Lysor takes him down. Fantastic Sheriff shot, giving Meteor a taste of his own medicine. Now the push coming through. Texture able to stabilize with his own second. Pops that tailwind, looks for the third. Can't quite make it happen, but Lockyer is there for the alley-oop. Strikes him down, but now it is all on Lockyer. Misses the timing, cannot get Ion. He does have some shotguns, but does he have the lineup? Hold the half. The bounce in, no, it's nowhere near on the mark. He can just hold it. As they will be able to retain FPX still in with an opportunity.
मुझे लगा actually lineup होंगे.
Oh my goodness.
कहाँ ऊपर मार रहा भाई?
It is going down to the wire potentially once again. Staring down another overtime on these two teams potentially. Texture doing what he can, but those opening shots to clear space.
सही तो है स्ट्रीम के कलर्स मैंने हटा दिया बस.
For FPX and Lockyer there with that Hunter's Fury thought he maybe could have one more player alive. And maybe they could have got that done. Now the Blade Storm again for Texture. Couldn't find much value last time. See if this time around could be the difference maker. At the very least, Lockyer able to hang on to that Odin. And they're just, I think, maybe thinking about hitting this B site.
Able to force them back. Flash out. Up over the top here from Texture. Seeking target, but none spotted. 2 players now once again tucked away inside of boats. The gate crash arriving. Life. TP's his way forward. Shots going damn close. Down to 2 HP. That connection was found from Berlin. Life though counter sprayed out. Falls down to 5. Drone to check. Spots out 2. Spray across. Berlin just taking a smattering of damage there from the Odin. Keeps himself alive. And for now, Gen.G still going to be held at bay. Berlin creeping forward. Gonna perhaps try to catch him off guard. Smoke, however, anticipating, spotted. He has to fall back. TP's once again here in the boathouse.
They still have to play for the rotation. FPX has to hold over towards A, so Gen.G can wait this out.
Guard sent through Lakia, able to wall bang onto one texture, getting Berlin as Lakia falls. A 4v3, but it may as well be a 3v2 considering texture and Life's HP. But FPX for all the marbles. Can they get themselves over the line here in this round? They absolutely need to. Otherwise, Gen.G walking away victorious. Spam across, checking out the box. Shots through, Life able to find Munchkin. Catches him there in the head. Meteor now looking to take some space, working his way up this ramp, looking to play on this one-way setup. Autumn eating quite a bit of damage, but Meteor cannot confirm the kill. Sees, finding no one. Taeyong getting Charon. Meteor here on the flank. He jumps!
No, he jumps, bro!
He absolutely squanders it as Taeyong collects the third! And FPX are not finished yet. One more round to take us into overtime.
The Guardian
Bro, I swear, मैं होता तो अपना माउस पटक देता, मैं तोड़ देता माउस को. ऐसे टाइम पे वो ग्लिच, वो जंप हो जाता है.
The crowd willing FPX on. The hometown favorites trying to push us to the second overtime.
वो देखा तुमने?
Oh my goodness, of this match. Oh my goodness.
Seemingly
just
mimicking his opponent's movements. He sees Ion jump up in the air. He accidentally presses spacebar to match. Offsets it. Stops him from being able to finish this game right here, right now. Gen.G. One last round. Opening things up in a brutal way. Doesn't go up to the top of Gen. TP forward here from Karen. Absolutely fearless. And now Ion going to be taken down. Mask goes on. Dimensional drift here in play. But Life absolutely needs to deliver. Scouts out around the back, nothing going to be spotted. Lakia potentially in a position to maybe get caught. As turret goes up, Life knowing exactly where Meteor's at, but Meteor strikes him. Lakia not registering that Berlin was in front of him. Does get taken down, but now a 2v4. Lysor does recover a Vandal, gets rid of that Stinger, gives himself a bit of a better opportunity. The 0 point comes across. It looks to shut him down. TP forward here into the smoke. They just spam across. Meteor says, nah, no more of your tricks. Finds the kill, gets the finisher. It's another 4K. As Gen.G take down FPX on Ascent 13-11. They win the series, and they punch their ticket to playoffs.
What an astounding match between these two teams. Insanely
Gen.G on top, baby. Gen.G on top.
Neither side ever giving up. The Lotus,
ए तुम लाइक तो करो लाइक तो को 800 करो.
Gen.G able to punch back on FPX's map pick of Sunset.
Bro, I don't understand. इनके
Gen.G
वो कितने होते हैं ना, like
just barely.
उसने ओमन ने स्मोक में टीपी करा and they fucking sprayed exactly there. वहाँ जेट ने डैश करा. तो उसी को मार लगता है. यहाँ बेंच हम मार स्प्रे खोल देते हैं, बेंच बंदे को एक डैमेज नहीं होता.
But Gen.G, they've always seemed like a different beast here in 2024. FPX pushed them to the absolute limit, took them down.
Pacific बोलते.
Nearly took us to another overtime there on Ascent.
भाई Gen.G ने लेविएटान को हराया, Gen.G ने FPX को हराया. They are through to the next stage, baby. Let's go.
FPX.
मैं अभी भी बोल रहा हूँ, I don't give a fuck. PRX, FTW. Gen.G के against PRX आई तो PRX on top. Gen.G का घर पे. भाई ये Meteor पागल टीगल चलाता है भाई, शेरिफ चलाता है sorry.
And the other thing is, and I don't necessarily fully believe in transitive property, but if FPX are coming out here and they look like this, imagine what we can get from EDG, who bested them in that grand final. If this is going to be the bar set for the Chinese team, then good lord, I cannot wait to see EDG joining the fight as well.
Please. I mean, I would love that.
Karen
this FPX team
picked from the
just as good as EDG, so yeah.
Really?
Those playoffs are going to be scary for anyone going up against those two squads. God, this TP from Berlin. I thought that might have been the moment that everything was going to change here, that it was going to be FPX.
It was back-to-back rounds.
Yeah.
And to be able to persevere past that, all credit to the side of Gen.G, but good lord.
There are so many players now.
What team you are?
Leaderboard se uthe hue.
If you're going up against FPX, I would be sweating bullets.
Oh god, yeah, but just a real quick talk about Gen.G, and I feel like a broken record, but their resilience, unbreakable.
+1 Shogun.
What an incredible performance! What an incredible series! But now we've got Yinsu standing by on stage.
हम कितना भी hate दे दे लेकिन
fantastic victory that was for Gen.G, and I'm now joined by Karen here on stage. Luna is going to do a bit of a translation, and Jen as well. First of all, massive congratulations! You only joined this team back in December. It feels like this is the very start of your career, but you're already so consistent. Back-to-back international tournaments, back-to-back playoffs as well here.
Announcement करे हुए हमें कि VLT वापस आ जाए.
其实像我们 Karen 选手现在来到 Gen.G 其实是很短的时间，但是你能够做到连续2次进入到世界赛事，并且能够做到晋级到了淘汰赛，你们是怎么做到的呢？
승리 축하드립니다. 카론 선수 12월에 팀에 영입된 이후에 계속해서 2연속 국제대회 출전에 2연속 국제대회 플레이오프 진출이라는 엄청난 결과를 이루고 있는데 어떻게 이렇게 잘하는 걸까요?
일단 저희 코치 감독님들하고 팀원 형들이 저를 잘 이끌어 주어가지고 여기까지 온 것 같고, 그리고 저희 팀원 간의 그 약간 뭐라 해야 되지? 팀 합의나 같이 저희가 친해져가지고 이런 게임적인 부분에서도 그런 게 좋은 작용을 하는 것 같습니다.
게임 치어 बोल रहा है बे.
The coaching staff and my teammates for leading me throughout the international events and every single match, and also we have a great bond going on of a brotherhood and a friendship. Also the team synergy going on, so that explains why we're so strong.
其实我觉得是我们的教练组以及对团队里面的哥哥们一直在引领着我，在每一次的世界赛当中的每一场比赛都是这样帮助着我，以及我们队伍里面有非常好的连接，非常好的兄弟情谊，也是一直在帮助着我。
उसके लिए ट्रांसलेट कर रही है भाई लाइव हो तो ऐसी इतने ट्रांसलेट हर एक रीजन से एक मैं जा रहा हूँ भाई
स्पोर्ट्स 那其实，在淘汰赛已经有4支队伍可能会等待着Gen.G的到来，但我相信可能他们并不一定会想去选你们。那你觉得你会想去面对哪一支队伍呢？
네, 플레이오프에 올라가면 위에서 기다리고 있는 1번 시드 팀들이 좀 상대가 누가 될지를 뽑게 할 수 있잖아요. 근데 아무도 젠지를 뽑기 싫을 것 같은데 그래도 카론 선수나 아니면 젠지의 입장에서는 플레이오프에서 누구를 만나고 싶나요?
저는 그 플레이오프에서 그
스나틱 페이퍼렉스 T,
EDG. 개인적으로 PT 만나고 싶습니다.
Okay.
他们想要面对100T.
Yep, 100 Thieves. Well, Gen.G have made it through, but don't go anywhere because after this, G2 and Team Heretics will be taking the stage.
Bro is literally mini in terms of what, bro? जान लग रहा है पूरा. Excuse me.
The hometown heroes are hoping to see if lightning can strike.
But I guess I don't think so. I'm gonna watch the second watch party, bro.
Pacific region's best. Gen.G versus FPX.
Texture out for blood. LITE though holding the line outside of B. Takes him down. Autumn just tapping away. Finds one. And Lakia cannot get the flick. Autumn says, nah, son, I'm better than you with the off. Scoops it up.
Lakia.
As LITE comes up with one, Karen mows down 3. Texture now, his own showstopper in hand, sends it, gets the kill, and my God, what an explosive, chaotic, and messy round. Molly finds one, Karen able to take out LITE, but now Lakia gonna be traded out. Oh, shots flying, things looking good, it's all on Meteor, and he cannot make it happen. The pit invested in Karen, everything to do, spots one, swings
LITE block
out
plus
of it,
4.
And Autumn will collect the 4K. 16-14 FPX. They do not let the map go away from them. There's nothing more that LITE can realistically do here. Just looks for any kind of exit frags that he can potentially get. Now the double shot sent. Has to go over to the classic. Looks for the right click, but it's going to be Texture who takes him down. Comes out of this one. Has the op, and LITE gets a shot. Meteor going to be dead. I am fighting too. LITE is creeping in from the flank. Gets the shot. FPX get the lead.
जाओ भाई वोट करो इस बार 405. मैं बताऊंगा तो नहीं.
Now it's a 2v3.
किसको किया?
But down Meteor able to just go ahead and finish it off.
मैं जिसको भी करूं मेरे को
Sunset out of the way, Ascent on the horizon. The action will continue.
100% पता है भाई इस बार
Meteor is held alive.
मतलब दिल्ली में
A MasterCard Thrifty and a 4K from Meteor with some of the most gorgeous shots that I have seen.
पता ही
Here on the side swings out.
कौन
Meteor
आएगा
able to take him down. This place is
पता ही है
hit.
तुम्हें
Meteor finds a second Munchkin. 3K from Meteor. Trying to go for a TP play. Gets a headshot on Talakia. Karen dead. Berlin. He's just annihilated them. Meteor the last one standing.
चुप करेगा
And Berlin will get it done. What in the hell is that? Looking for a timing with Lysor, able to capitalize, finds it.
If you ask me in terms of look,
but time is running.
Korea in terms of culture, Japan.
Two shots. Gen.G take down FPX.
ब्रो अगर तुम्हें पता है क्या इंडिया का हर एक सिटीजन जापान जाके सिर्फ एक महीना रह लेना भाई ऐसा चेंज बदलाव इंडिया में तुम फिर कभी देखोगे ही नहीं मतलब ऐसा देखोगे कि तुम विश्वास भी नहीं कर पाओगे भाई वहां पे अगर एक छोटा बच्चा रोड क्रॉस कर रहा होता है ना तो उसके लिए गाड़ियां 10-10 मीटर दूर रुक जाती है एक छोटा बच्चा रोड क्रॉस कर रहा होता है तो स्कूल का 10-10 मीटर दूर गाड़ियां रुक जाती है उसके लिए और वो छोटा बच्चा रोड क्रॉस करने के बाद उन गाड़ियों को ऐसे झुक के लाइक बेंड होके थैंक यू बोलता है ब्रो ऐसा कल्चर बहनचोद अगर पूरी दुनिया में आ जाए यार इट वुड हैव बीन कितनी मस्त जगह होगी भाई क्या बोलते गाइस भाई कुछ भी बोलूं तुम्हारी बावड़ी गैंड बकचोदी करवा दे भाई मीनवाइल सलमान भाई इंडिया मीनवाइल भाई यार
Red Bull gives you wings. Yesterday said it's more on the way. I done made a lot of money and it's more on the way. I done got a couple plaques and it's more on the way. I put a lot of people on and
Meanwhile Porsche kid भाई तुमने उसका नया अपडेट देखा 3-4 दिन बाद याद आया उसके साथ ड्राइवर भी था भाई इतना गुस्सा आया ना मुझे मतलब 3-4 दिन बाद तुम्हें पता लग रहा है वहां पे ड्राइवर गाड़ी चला रहा है और उसको इतना ब्रेन वॉश कर रखा है ड्राइवर को उसने मान लिया यस आई वॉज ड्राइविंग द कार ब्रो भाई अलग ही मूव है भाई वो तो हाँ पैसा 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 सब बेफालतू का है हाँ ये कि बेल नहीं मिलेगी ये नहीं होगा वो नहीं होगा और वही पीठ पीछे देखो ये करो तो बच सकते हो ये करो तो बच सकते हो कुछ नहीं हो सकता भाई इंडिया का अब तो दादाजी भी गए जेल दादाजी का क्या रेफरेंस है हाँ रे अभिषेक वही तो पैसा कुछ भी कर सकते हैं धीरे धीरे ये मामला शांत होगा और लोग भूल जाएंगे एक्चुअली ब्रो एक्चुअली पढ़ो भाई आज कोई टॉपिक नहीं छोड़ेंगे अंडरवर्ल्ड से कनेक्शन एक्सक्यूज मी ओ हाँ क्या he forced driver to admit of course हाँ क्या सही में
Shanghai and our second match of the day. It's going to be Team Heretics taking on G2 Esports, a spot in the play.
वही तो होगा निमित भाई, भेज देंगे उसको बाहर पढ़ने के लिए, खत्म हो गया। एक बार वो कोई बाहर चले गया तो भाई साहब माल्या जी बन जाते हैं, फिर उनका कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता। एक बार इंडिया से बाहर चले जाए, इंडिया में कांड करो, माल्या बनो, बाहर जाओ, खत्म, लाइफ सेट। क्या बोलते हो? Do you know in terms of numbers, Benji Fishy is more famous than Tens? हाँ? पुणे कमिश्नर का न्यूज़ देखा क्या? वो बोला बोला ड्राइवर को जो चाहिए वो देने का ऑफर था, इसलिए बोला वो 3 आवर पहले आया था। ओ हाँ क्या? नहीं मैंने नहीं देखा। पुणे कमिश्नर ऑन टॉप। उसके दादा का शायद वो तो वायरल हो गया, नहीं तो अब तक ओवरसीज था लौंडा। हाँ ना एक्चुअली ब्रो, अगर ये कांड ना देर रात होता ना 2-3 बजे, शांत भाई, किसी को कुछ पता हो ना लगता हो भाई, मैं मजाक से हट के कह रहा हूँ। वो तो भरी रात में आदमी थे, लोग थे पूरे सड़कों में, वरना ये दबोच जाता भाई मामला। हे चंद्र भाई, रात में, अरे मतलब रात में लाइक 7-8 अराउंड हुआ था ना। वो कितने बजे हुआ? रात में ही हुआ था, 3 बजे हुआ था क्या? रात को 3 बजे हुआ था? नहीं बे, रात को 3 बजे इतनी भीड़ कैसे? रात में हुआ था 2:15। ओ हाँ क्या? टाइमिंग नहीं पता थी मुझे भाई। पुणे है भी तो ऐसा शहर एकदम, क्या बोलते हैं, अभी तक सिक्योर सेफ, वहाँ पे लोग रात रात को घूमते हैं। मैं भी एक बारी पुणे गया था ना, जब कॉलेज टाइम में बास्केटबॉल का मेरा वो था भाई, 2-2 बजे रात को लड़कियाँ ऐसे घूम रही भाई। दिल्ली में ना हो सके सब खुले में, मतलब रात को आराम से चिल, कोई डर नहीं भाई, मतलब इतना सेफ है वहाँ पे पुणे में। वीकेंड है इसलिए लोग हैं, हाँ पता है। यूज्ड टू प्ले बास्केटबॉल, हाँ भाई जोनल्स खेल चुका हूँ मैं। Gen.G style comp with the Astra and the Yoru. And while Icy's not normally a guy who's like lighting up the world in terms of kill counts, he does so well on that. दिल्ली में तो रात में मत बोलो भाई, जैसे पहाड़ों में होता है ना 7 बजे के बाद अंधेरा हो जाता है और बाहर निकलना नहीं चाहिए, यहाँ पे वही है भाई। भाई मैं इंडिया से बाहर रहता हूँ since 6 years, really miss my friends and life in New Delhi। आपकी स्ट्रीम बिल्कुल अकेला नहीं लगता। लव यू यार। भाई मैंने देखा है भाई, मेरे जितने भी बाहर गए हैं ना रहने, मतलब 1-2 साल बाद ऐसा हो जाता है कि कितना ही पैसा हो क्या हो भाई, इंडिया को बहुत मिस करते हैं वो, और फिर कहते हैं कि वापस जाना है, पर वो जॉब वॉब की वजह से वापस नहीं जा पाते। इससे अच्छा तो यहीं पे अच्छी जॉब कमाओ यार, वो तो बहन चीज मिलती भी नहीं है। बास्केटबॉल के लिए हाइट चाहिए भाटू भाई, तो क्या हो गया भाई, मेरी हाइट कम तोड़ना है, ठीक है, ज़्यादा नहीं है। बास्केटबॉल बहन चीज भाई कैसे हो भाई? कौन सा स्कूल था? माउंट कार्मल।
the role because, as you're saying, you can leave him alone, and it doesn't matter if it's from the attack, just anchoring aside, like being completely alone, just covering, even going on the lurk, he's going to be.
क्या हाल चाल है भाई? बहुत दिनों के बाद स्ट्रीम देख रहा हूँ. आप फाइनली प्लेसमेंट हो गई. ओ मेरी जान, कांग्रेट्स. आप मत जाना, मैं नहीं जा रहा. अब तो टीबोन भी जा रहा है भाई. What do you think English is must to communicate with words? हैं?
Here with me from G2. Now you're about to go up against Team Heretics today, and I feel like you and Benji Fishy are probably two of the best players in your role right now. So how are you feeling about this matchup?
I feel like I love Fortnite.
स्टेफन करिए वर्डो पे इंडिया का. एक्चुअली मैं बहुत अच्छा वो था. माउंट कामल द्वारका वाला नहीं आनंद निकेतन. द्वारका तो बहुत बाद में खुला है. हमारे टाइम पे ही खुला था एक्चुअली द्वारका वाला. जब मैं आनंद निकेतन में था ना, तो तभी खुला था द्वारका वाला. यस दर्शन 3 मंथ के लिए. अंडर 17 में खेलेंगे 45. सेक्टर 22. क्या सेक्टर 22? आनंद निकेतन बोल तो रहा हूँ. रेडन 3 मंथ के लिए. भाई मेरे पापा अगर मुझे पोर्च दे दिए इतना. ला 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 ला.
But Paditek also said that he felt like he has some personal like kind of vendetta against them because there was some backstabbing, some shady things. His words, not mine.
एक सेकंड.
He wants to take down G2, the organization again,
एक सेकंड
not
आया
the
मैं.
players. But I'm really looking forward to it. We're talking about motivation, right? Maybe against a player. I'm telling you, Paditek has a very strong one.
Well, let's go ahead and see what Nilzinho had to say ahead of today's matchup.
I don't think so, man.
We have a huge game ahead of us today. I'm joined by Team Heretics coach Nilzinho. Now, you kind of made your name as the G2 coach a while ago, a long time ago, but this team is very, very different to the team that you used to be on. So what do you think sets Heretics apart right now from this G2?
I think it's going to be a really close game. Like, it's completely different G2 to what I was in, you know, like Woot and, you know, NS were like 14 when I was in G2. So, yeah, it's a completely different roster, completely different region. Obviously, it would have been nice to play them with our full strength roster and like a lot more practice under our belts, but I'm just excited to play the org again. Me and Patty are going to look for revenge, so yeah, it's going to be a fun game.
I can't wait to see it. Thank you very much for your time.
And look, here's the deal, right? When Heretics showed up at Madrid, we were all really excited for them, and they played great. I mean, undoubtedly they played great, but unfortunately they went 0-2. But this time around, they decided to come out the gate swinging, and they did. With Paditek on the roster once again, the GOAT sub, the sub of all subs, the super sub, some might say. And wow, what a performance that they had against DRG. And look, you could make the case DRG maybe not the strongest team in comparison. But man, when I look at what they did, they just were so nasty.
No, I think you should make the argument that it was one of the weaker opposition that you could get at this event.
For sure.
But I think that's actually perfect for Team Heretics.
It's a warm-up,
yeah,
right?
They're bringing in a new player, and I mean, man, they warmed up. They stomped them 13-5 on each map, and we saw great stuff from them. Paditek and Woot, the coordination was on point between the two. Paditek was kind of fitting back into some
I just
of
love
these
we say
same
they brought in a
ideas.
new player, but they really didn't.
They brought back an old player. I suppose.
At what point are we just going to say that Heretics has a 6-man roster?
Yeah, I think I
think
they kind of do. Yeah.
I think we should, but I think it's very important something that you're mentioning, Mimi. The coordination between Woot and Paditek, even though they were the ones that were like dodging each other, was really on point.
They were setting each other nice.
Really good to see that the protocol stays the same and you can slot players in.
And Woot was incredible. It was such a good debut. for this
I can't
kid
wait to see more.
on the global stage. He is looking lights out right now, and they were implementing so much of the good stuff we saw from them in EMEA, even with the change-up. This is a Team Heretics who looks super dangerous. This is going to be a big task for G2 today.
Oh, 100%. If Woot has half the game that he had against DRG, we're looking at a good old-fashioned slobber knocker, people. It's now time to send it over to the stage because we're going to get this one underway. It's G2 and Team Heretics.
G2.
Since the dawn of time in Valorant, it's always been EU versus NA. And here we are again singing a very similar song, this time with fresh faces. It's G2 versus Team Heretics. A slot in the playoffs is up for grabs. It's a question of who wants it more.
And remember the stakes, 4 days off. If you win this match, a chance to prepare for the playoffs, it would be massive. But already looking at these map vetoes here, we're going to be starting off on Lotus.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see, especially because Team Heretics decides to go for this map. It's a map that they have a lot of experience in. Change the compositions during the middle of the stage, and I want to see.
चलो भाई पोल डालो G2 वर्सेस TH का मैं पूरा नहीं देखूंगा
It
guys.
makes a lot of sense to just keep him on the race because that's what he decided to go for Sunset. But hey, maybe they have something cooked up.
We're also seeing G2 kind of lock into the bind here, which wasn't something they were really often picking throughout the Americas stage. But we did see some great performances, such as taking down 100 Thieves on what has been their best map there with bind. So I think two great strengths for both of these squads to start off the series.
Now, if you are a stat Stanley and you happen
वोट करे जाके मैं वोट डालने जा ही नहीं पाऊंगा.
G2's record is on this throughout the season.
मेरे पापा मम्मी वोट दे आए लेकिन मेरे पापा मेरा वोटर आईडी कार्ड पुराने वाले घर से लेके नहीं आए. पर मैं मैच भी नहीं देखूंगा क्योंकि रात को वापस ट्विच खेलने आना है. तुम्हें देखना है तो बता दो, वरना तो मैं एक मैप देख के जाऊंगा. वरना मैं भी जाता हूँ ट्विच आते हैं ना रात को.
I've been kind of not a huge fan of the solo Yoru comps on this map. I think it limits your options on dive when you don't have that raise, and also I think you lack some soul with that composition. Yeah. So I wonder if they see a weakness there.
But there's a big problem. Are they even going to run the Yoru? Because you're talking about the raise not being there, but
running with old info.
Exactly. So you know, maybe that goes up against them. But when we think about the Lotus, this is the map that they made a comeback in the other day. You know, feeling very
एक मैप कर लो भाई. मैं तो
the map.
सोच रहा हूँ कि
If they manage to do
यार
it again,
मेरे को
I mean,
समझ
it would be
नहीं आ रहा यार
surprising, but
भाई
we
It
also
Takes Two
understand
खेलने
why
का है या
Heretics
फिर
decided to pick up this match. We
God
heard
of
in the
War
interview the other day, hey, we're
Valhalla.
just going to be looking at what we did good, what G2
एक बारी लूना से पूछ लिया ये मेरी
exactly. They only have what they have. So hey, let's go to
अगर
Lotus.
हेल्प करेगा तो Valhalla हो जाएगा. क्या बोलते हो?
Picking into Lotus. We've seen this with a lot of teams who are big Lotus pickers. Is your opponent starts. That's a fine thing to say. Don't laugh at me.
वोटर का मैंडेटरी नहीं है.
But when you pick into this map, your opponent is almost always going to be choosing that attacking side. And if you can win that pistol, get ult online for your raise, say on the bonus, the snowball can be huge. If we look at our agent select here, Team Heretics is going to go back to that double initiator comp that they looked great on throughout EMEA.
Yeah, exactly. The question was,
टीम उनके साथ कैसे कोऑर्डिनेट करोगे टीम डिफेंड क्या कोऑर्डिनेट करना है?
on the duty of the fade and what's on the race. case is definitely going to be interesting because this is not the position that they were running when Methodical was back in there, so I don't know how much practice.
सही में देखना है तुम्हें It Takes Two. मेरे को समझ नहीं आया कि तुम like इतने लोगों ने It Takes Two खेल लिया.
In both of their last two games, watching these Sentinel players is going to be a fun one here for a shot in playoffs.
All right, well, let's go ahead and send it over to your casters. These guys enjoy the night shift. You got Doug and Baby Bay.
मैं तो खेलते हुए बोर हो जाऊंगा. तुम तो देखते हुए बोर नहीं होगे. It Takes Two.
versus EU, G2 versus Heretics. It doesn't get any better than this.
Time difference रे बाबा. 3 महीने वो अकेला खेलेगा ना.
There's plenty to be excited.
और क्या?
Yeah, it's going to be a banger, especially on this Lotus map. I mean, both teams are really, really good at it. And the players that are going to stick out to me the most is going to be that head-to-head with Leaf and Gen.G.
ना भाई अब क्या खत्म उसका ट्रेंड. वही तो भाई.
Both their sides.
Yeah, that's what Mimi was just talking about. I believe the way she put it was lighting the world on fire, and that's just such an apt way to describe it. We'll see how things play out. G2 starting off on the attacking side, a little bit of a lean towards mid early on, and there is some defensive presence already, courtesy of Rians and Patty Tech.
And this fault line could be disaster for G2, and it's all off of Patty's first info. But I feel like G2 are sniffing it out of the water. They don't want anything to do with this front B.
Yeah, I think Rians used it right at the beginning of the round too. So if they were to want to hit it, there is a timing window, albeit slight, but a timing window that they could hit. But they choose to head towards a little bit of an exploratory mission with no real information of what's happening on the other side because they didn't have any presence here at the beginning. They've spotted Boo.
Title change. जा रहा हूँ भाई मैं.
They're so slow, G2 right now. They're really letting it cook.
जा रहा हूँ मैं.
They're hitting the right site right now.
Yeah, there's
10-5 मिनट में जा रहा हूँ मैं.
Oh,
मैं देखूँ जरा वोट कर पाऊँगा कि नहीं कर पाऊँगा.
Having to dance around that early bit of utility. Feeling some of the pressure. They're going to split the door down and they're going to crunch B.
There's so many players here for Heretics.
That fault line, there they are on the swing. A 1-for-1 is traded. Patty managing to get both and stay alive for now. But it's an overwhelming flood from G2. Meanwhile, Leaf, who was there the entire time, strikes when the moment is right.
He put on so much pressure this entire round and he closes it out. Leaf being a complete menace in front B.
वापस आओगे रात को Twitch. वोट इम्पोर्टेंट को जा रहा हूँ पता है. 6-6:30 बजे तक है. कोई टेंशन नहीं.
He just bided his time from beginning.
But I don't think so मैं कर पाऊँगा भाई. मेरे पास है ही नहीं वोटर आईडी कार्ड. मेरे पुराने वाले घर पे पड़ा हुआ है. और कुछ है ही नहीं मेरे पास. पापा लाए ही नहीं यार.
After G2 feinted that A site, they opened the door, sent a fade prowler in there and split B. It really caught Team Heretics off guard in the middle of their rotations. And Patty, I mean, he almost brought it back, and he's been great so far.
The game has been brought back. We're already into the next round.
हो जाएगा 7 बजे तक बूट ओपन है. हाँ क्या?
Triple stack A.
आधार कार्ड दिखाकर भी कर सकते हो. भाई ये कब हुआ भाई? आधार कार्ड दिखाकर कर सकते हो.
Very similar to last round. So conditioning again towards the A. This time though, to change the pace, it's faster. They have better guns. Why not take the space aggressively?
And Leaf is not nearly as far up. He just had his turret cleared mid. He's going to be controlling that late flank. Meanwhile, G2 full steam ahead towards A. But again, this is where the majority of the stack is. If they can avoid disaster, if they can avoid some of these messy rounds, they should be okay. And it looks like they're only going to lose one, or at least have only lost one so far. Icy with a massive round 3 so far. And that's all it'll be. Big frags for the youngster.
You can with Aadhaar card save me.
Frag going online is big for G2 early on.
And he's so close to that showstopper already. And I do like that he got these 2 kills on the entry. He was 1 HP after he took down the first player of Heretics on that A site. And then he takes out his counterpart of Woot, who has been, I mean, yesterday he was just
नहीं आधार से नहीं होगा ऑनलाइन एपिक दिखा के.
Absolutely insane.
जाके देखता हूँ ना मैं.
It will be
ट्राई करता हूँ अगर होगा तो कर क्या होगा मैं.
Leaf, I mean, him and the Outlaw are like twins at this point, and this could be a deadly thorn for Team Heretics.
बस तो और राउंड देखता हूँ. भाई मुझे लग रहा है कि टीम हेरेटिक्स जीत जाएगी भाई. वेट जब मिनी बू था जो ड्यूलिस्ट खेलता था मिनी बू टीम हेरेटिक्स में तब वूट क्या खेलता था गाइस? सेकंड ड्यूलिस्ट क्योंकि वूट तो पहले भी था ना. पार्टी टेक आया है. पार्टी टेक टीम हेरेटिक्स में.
And this is wise of G2 to double back and re-clear that info. A lot of teams like to throw the breach stun and then head another way.
ठीक है आदित्य भाई.
Fair amount of noise C, but they're not fully biting on this. There are still 2 members from the Heretics defense that are playing A.
एक व्लॉग ही बना लेना इस बार. यार अकेले क्या ही व्लॉग
from Heretics on this A refight. they're going to have the advantage when it comes to an actual
Sentinel
site hit.
खेलता था क्या?
But Gen.G Fish's trips might have something to say about that.
Party Tech पहले से है. Party Tech वो है. सब. वो बैचुत.
Got immense info there. And you see Rians who rotated off. He's already here for the refight.
Doesn't have a fall line, but he does have more utility to play.
भाई एंट्री का मौका ही नहीं दिया. ले भाई वूड क्या मार रहा है बेंचो.
Woot's able to get the first with a paranoia in his face. Tries to catch a spam on the second. Panic not able to connect either. The eye goes up. The kills go through as they're all blinded. They all fall. Great round from Heretics.
Yeah, and G2 did a really good job of manipulating all the rotations
team Heretics जीत जाएगी.
But it just came down to that 1v1 with Jonah P against Woot. And that kill opened up the retake and the flood for Heretics to take that B site. And you just saw Rians just chucking flashes all over.
Oh, हाँ क्या? ठीक है
This
ठीक
is what
है.
opened up the entire
ये नहीं पता था
moment for
मुझे.
the retake and just enabled Woot to get online.
Jonah P gets that kill onto Woot. The site is entirely
जो भी हो PRX जीतने वाली है माँ की.
Exactly. Showstopper will be online soon though with this C default from the side of G2. Another fault line invested towards A as well, and Jonah P is going to be communicating that to his team.
माँ कसम मैं एक चीज का वेट कर रहा हूँ बस मैं फिर वो निकल रहा हूँ.
Try to clear the trips, and it's just a bit off the mark.
I love how he buys the outlaw again. What a maniac. Who might get caught in transition
मेरे को भी
here.
कुछ नया पता चला.
Doesn't like what he's seeing. That wall goes up. He might have to fall back or he could get punished here. He's way too close.
Yeah, he's playing a dangerous game. The paranoia, the dog, he's able to TP away. But with the rocket hot to trot behind him, somehow manages to find safe passage out. Woot's timing is really nice here, but he's got a couple of targets to pick from, and he can't land a single one. Now all attention A.
Jonah P may have gotten taken out the last round, but he got it this time. And now they freeze off of that.
I really like this. Icy's in a really good position. The Seize is out, but the spike is planted. No real punish. They're going to attempt to flood down numbers, but instantly equalized. Got to keep a close eye on Icy on the minimap. As Gen.G Fishy goes in towards heaven, Icy's waiting for his moment to strike. The timing is great for him. He can provide a lot of damage here, but Heretics picking them apart one by one. It's all on to Icy now, and he's just going to get spam through the smokes, overwhelmed and done.
I thought for a second there Heretics were going to miss that raise nade because that tether got so much value on that back side of A. Two players got stuck in there. A raise nade would have killed everybody, but unfortunately Jonah P took Woot out early on. But they were so poised on that retake. They took their time, they were patient. They waited for mistakes to be made from the side of G2 and they just spammed through smoke.
चलो भाई मैं निकलता हूँ.
I mean, it's always going to go into your favor.
रात को मैं बता देता हूँ. I don't know if we'll play It Takes Two or God of War या फिर I have no idea अभी, ठीक है ना. बाद में मत बोलना मुझसे, ठीक है. पर ट्राई करेंगे हम It Takes Two खेलने का, ठीक है. Because पैच बोरिंग हो गया भाई. पर ठीक है खेल सकते हैं. अगर खेलेंगे तो 1 घंटा. मैं उसके ऊपर नहीं खेलने वाला. बोरिंग हो गया भाई. चलो. चलो love you guys. See you. See you at night. Bye bye.
They can be very quick to re-clear space.
रात को
And
PUBG.
Rians is not afraid to just, you know, use
चलो
every
bye.
single piece of utility he has in order to do that.